For folks on the video side, we're going to be joining our radio audience in just a moment for the start of our broadcast here tonight. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs taking on the Belle Vernon Leopards. Senior day for the Laurel Highlands softball team. Two Mustang seniors, Kayla Howe and Harley Durda, to be honored before the start of the game. Stay tuned. We'll be connecting with our studio producer, Nick Barczyk, and be on the air on the radio side in just a moment.
Good afternoon, WMPS.
It's just us. We do have the stream on live now, too, just so you know.
All right.
All right, thank you.
All right. Stand by.
A Radio PA news update. One person is dead following an overnight crash in West Philadelphia. Police say two vehicles collided at 48th and Walnut Streets, and a Durango involved in the crash may have been speeding. The driver of the second vehicle was killed, and the conditions of the three people in the Durango are still unknown. A new independent report finds that Quakertown police acted appropriately during an anti-ICE rally that turned confrontational back in February. The Police Chiefs Association of Bucks County says officers followed established training and professional standards during the volatile demonstration, which resulted in 5 arrests and drew scrutiny after a video showed the police chief placing a student in a headlock. The Bucks County District Attorney's Office is conducting its own separate review. A Berks County lawmaker is calling for an investigation into the Pennsylvania Game Commission. Representative David Maloney says the agency has a history of misconduct, pointing to a 2024 case where 2 employees were reprimanded after speaking out against the leadership. Retaliation later confirmed by a third-party arbitrator. Both the Game Commission and Governor Shapiro's office say they are committed to a healthy workplace. Is the end near for QVC? John Schaefer has the story.
Westchester-based QVC has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy as the home shopping giant struggles to manage nearly $6 billion in debt. In a recent federal filing, the company expressed substantial doubt about its ability to continue operating, noting that losses doubled to over $2 billion last year alone. Executives hope to use the bankruptcy process to restructure their finances, but they warn if the plan fails, the iconic retailer could be forced to shut down operations permanently.
I'm Jen Gelber, and you're up to date with Radio PA.
It's time for another CR Bronner Group High School Sports Day. Coverage of spring sports, including high school baseball and high school softball here on WMBS. Being brought to you by Little Ezel Ultra, Sandy Howe Notary Services, Gary's Auto Sales, Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law, Zen's Construction Warehouse, M&R Transit, Bright Stripe Steel Coating and Line Striping, Applebee's, Dr. Paul Hartley at Preferred Primary Care Physicians, the Radcliffe Martin Law Firm, the Sprouse Insurance Group and Insurance Agent David Hughes, Target Safety Solutions, NovaCare Rehabilitation with offices in Uniontown and Masontown, First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, Watson Mundorf LLP, State Farm Agent Lauren Yeoman, the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute and physical therapist Jim Burns, Uniontown Detailing, Shop and Save, Walnut Hill Plaza, Uniontown, the Catholic War Veterans, Post 1669 in Hopwood, Ford of Uniontown, Stewart Collision, Casey Sports Cafe, Movement Physiotherapy, Ted Silva and Son Body and Fender Repair, Potter's Bar and Grill, Montgomery Medical, the Gates Funeral Home and Crematory, and by Mike Kelly, Toyota of Uniontown. Now stay tuned for the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show here on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, and YouTube Live.
From Hutchinson here in Hopwood, it's high school softball here on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, the South Union Township Sports Network, and YouTube Live as the 7-6 Belle Vernon Leopards, 5-5 in conference play, take on the 4-4 Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Brian Morozak alongside Tony Hanula, Carl Childs behind the camera on our YouTube Live video feed, and Nick Barczyk back inside our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law studios. Our pregame show being brought to you by the Sprouse Insurance Group and Insurance Agent David Hughes. They'll get you ready for the game. They're located at 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-9812 for the Sprouse Insurance Group. Our live video stream courtesy of Bright Stripe Seal Coating and Line Striping and M&R Transit. And Tony, it's senior night here in Hopwood, and 2 Mustang seniors actually being honored right now, Harley Durda and Kayla Howe.
Yeah, and congratulations to both of them, and both had great seasons and great careers here for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs so far in softball.
And a lot on the line here tonight, a race for a playoff spot in this big section matchup this evening between 2 schools, also tied with Uniontown for the final playoff spot in the conference. It's really been a roller coaster ride for the Mustangs. They have section wins over Oakland Catholic, Ringgold twice, and Belle Vernon, but they also fell to Elizabeth Forward twice in close games, lost to Uniontown, also lost a second matchup to Oakland Catholic, 14-4 in a 10-run game where Peyton Senge was unable to pitch, and that's the Eagles' only conference win of the season.
Well, and that was a huge loss as well, because coming into this game, Belle Vernon only has 2 conference games left, while Laurel Highlands has 4. Laurel Highlands really needs this win. They face West Mifflin, who's the second-place team right now in their section, a very good team, ranked number 5 in the Trib in 4A, so they really need a win here today.
And they have 2 games against West Mifflin next week and a game against Uniontown, who they lost to already this season. So a tough road to hoe. They went 5-7 in the conference. They're trying to avoid a similar fate that they suffered a year ago, just missing out on a playoff spot, looking for their first playoff appearance since 2013.
Well, and you're right, and that's what I say. If they can win this game, at least it keeps them in the race. Maybe win 2 games at least out of those last 4, but one of those deals where they have to beat Belle Vernon here today.
And Belle Vernon's put up some big run totals as of late. They scored 22 against Ringgold last Friday, 13 against Oakland Catholic on Wednesday. The Mustangs are going to have to be able to answer that or just have another phenomenal outing for Peyton Senge on the mound.
Well, I think she's going to have a phenomenal outing, but the other thing is Belle Vernon hits, and I was looking at the numbers, Brian. They have 66 hits in their last 4 games, 3 of those wins. They've scored double digits in those 3 wins as well, so they can put some runs on the board, so Laurel Highlands is going to have to play good defense here tonight.
Belle Vernon won both meetings over Laurel Highlands last year by scores of 7-6 and 6-3, but as we said, the Mustangs knocked off the Leopards 7-2 earlier on this year in Ross Traver Township.
Yeah, well, they beat them at Ross Traver, but the thing of it was they were up 1-0 until the 4th inning. Belle Vernon scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th, and then Laurel Highlands happened to post 6 runs between the 5th and the 7th inning to pull it out. So really it was a good game, another close game, but one that Laurel Highlands was able to pull out on the road.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun here tonight. Harley Durda already honored, and they're bringing out the second Mustang senior right now, Kayla Howe. So again, congratulations to both of them. We'll take a quick timeout and talk to Laurel Highlands head coach Pat Livingston when the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show continues right after this.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first. And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever. Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
The best pizza in town is at Little E's El Ultra, Uniontown's newest restaurant, with all the organic crusts, classic or gluten-free, all organic sauces, all natural meats and toppings, and a variety of specialty pizzas, including vegan options. More than pizza, Little E's has hearty homemade soups, appetizers, calzones, and strombolis, plus a variety of salads with vegan and gluten-free options, and new 15-inch big hoagies. Open Wednesday and Thursday, 11 to 9, Friday and Saturday until 9:30. Phone 724-880-6012 or stop in a Little East, 7 West South Street, across from a parking garage.
Do you need a fast, friendly notary service that is open in the evening? Sandy Howell Notary Services is here for you, offering new PA and West Virginia plates and ready to assist with your vehicle, boat, motorcycle, and ATV registrations and transfers, plate renewals, and more. Serving Fayette County and all surrounding areas, open weekdays from 10 to 8:30 and Saturdays from 9 to 5. Sandy Howell Notary Services, Dry Knob Road, Smithfield. Call 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name.
The Laurel Highlands softball boosters would like to thank the following businesses for their support this season: O.C. Cluss Lumber, Williams HVAC, Guthrie's Plumbing, Famous Supply, Chips Residential, Red's Mechanical, Board Bencheck and Associates, Highway Pizza, Cherokee Fur and Recycling, and Peck's Auto.
Hello, this is Jeremy Davis from the law firm of Davis & Davis. We have been helping the great people of Fayette County for over 45 years with personal injury claims. If you are hurt or injured, call our law firm today for your free consultation. Remember, the insurance companies are not on your side. We will personally come out and meet with you. Call us at 724-437-2799. We have helped people like you recover millions of dollars. You will not pay anything until we win your case. We will fight for you.
Ready to update your home? Find what you need at Zen's Construction Warehouse. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff will be happy to help you the old-fashioned way. Zen's is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 2. 485 Walnut Hill Road in Continental. Zen's Construction Warehouse, 724-366-8274. Or visit Zen's Construction Warehouse's Facebook page.
Zen's Construction Warehouse, our surplus you're saving.
Amador Transit, locally owned and operated by the Scott family, have been helping students travel to school safely in the Fayette County area for more than 4 years. Amador Transit is a proud sponsor of Laurel Highlands High School sports and wishes all the area teams good luck. For more information about M&R Transit, call them 724-439-3164, 724-439-3164, or stop by their office at 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. You can go to Big Box Medical Office.
Now serving number 3,943.
Or
hi, come on in. How are you
for
doing?
personal, professional health care you can trust. See Dr. Paul Hardley and nurse practitioners Tara Bozak, Jessica Reckhart, and Stacy Morris, proudly serving our community for over 30 years. Need care today? Walk-ins are always welcome. For your primary care, call Dr. Paul Hartley at 724-437-1109 or visit ppcp.org. Or
Serving number 3,944.
Prime Rosex back on these Brown Insurance Game High School softball here on WMBS. Laurel Highlands hosting Belle Vernon here at Hutchinson in Hopwood, being joined by Pat Livingston, Laurel Highlands head coach. And Pat, we appreciate you taking the time to join us. It's been kind of a roller coaster ride for your program here over the last couple of weeks, sitting at 4-4 in the conference.
Yes, sir, it has been. We look to pick that up here tonight and take a section win here from these guys. We really need this. Dropping that one to Oakland Catholic was big. Then that EF game the other night, that 1-0 loss, we showed that we could play against any team, so we definitely need this one tonight.
And you enter play tied for the final playoff spot in the conference. Belle Vernon's at 5-5, Laurel Highlands at 4-4. Uniontown's also tied with you. So certainly a lot on the line with 4 conference games left.
Yes, sir. I mean, like I said, we got Belle Vernon tonight, and then we roll with West Mifflin on Monday, and then, at home against Uniontown on Wednesday, which is another big one. So we win, 3 or 4 of these or 4 or 4, we sit in the playoffs then, so that's what we're looking for.
Also, senior night here. You have 2 seniors, Harley Durda, Kayla Howe. I know they've meant a lot to your program.
They've been everything to this program. They've been, ever since they stepped in here as freshmen, they were starters since day one, so you can't have nothing more than have the, 2 girls. It's going to be a tough loss, losing these 2.
We had success against Belle Vernon earlier on this season. What's your key to coming into the game here tonight?
Well, obviously, it's Peyton Sin. She's been our leader on the mound, so we get her rolling again and get some bats rolling behind her again like we did last time against them, a couple home runs, kind of nice. So, but yeah, she shut them down. We put a couple runs in. I like where we're at.
You mentioned the loss to Oakland Catholic. What happened there in the big difference? Obviously, you had a lot of success with them at home, but then lose 14-4 on the road.
Well, we ended up having 4 section games there that week, so we gave Peyton Singe the night off, and because we knew we were playing that game on Friday, so we gave her the night off, and we just didn't hit. I mean, it's that simple. We didn't hit, put up 4 runs against those guys. We need to put up 20, so but we just didn't play defense behind them. We struggled all night long, but, come back next night against EF, and we showed we could play defense.
And finally, Belle Vernon, they've been putting up some big numbers as of late. They scored 22 last Friday against Ringgold, 13 on Wednesday against Oakland Catholic.
Yes, sir. I mean, like I said, they know what they're doing. We just got to play defense behind our pitcher, get behind her, and then come in and score some runs.
Pat, appreciate your time. Best of luck tonight.
Yes, thank you.
That's Laurel Highlands head coach Patrick Livingston joining us here on the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. We'll set the batting lineup for Belle Vernon and the defense for Laurel Highlands when the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show continues right after this.
Bright Stripe, Bay County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals. Locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090, or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
Uniontown Applebee's is a proud sponsor of Laurel Highlands softball. Stop in after the games for late-night half-price select appetizers. Every night from 9 p.m. until close. Located at 102 Walmart Drive in Uniontown, Applebee's.
The Sea Harbor Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valet. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy. Looking to buy a home or refinance? Trust the experts at Three Rivers Mortgage Services, proudly serving Fayette and Westmoreland counties for over 25 years. For all your home loan needs, call Ron Conti today at 412-292-8507 for experience you can count on.
Injured in an accident and don't know where to turn or what to do? Here at Radcliffe Martin Law, we can help you navigate your issues and resolve your claim. Unlike firms nowadays that advertise aggressively for your case and aren't even located in the state, we're right in your backyard. We have the knowledge to quickly and efficiently handle your claim. Don't waste time on an out-of-state attorney who will dilly-dally and then tell you to get a local attorney. Give us a call right now and see how we can help you. Radcliffe Martin Law, 724-439-3930.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to SproulsInsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
NovaCare Rehabilitation in Uniontown is accessible for all of your recovery needs. New at NovaCare is pelvic floor physical therapy, a specialized program to treat patients with pelvic floor dysfunction related to bladder, bowel, sexual function, and pregnancy postpartum. These issues can affect both women and men and include urinary frequency, urgency and incontinence, pelvic pain, constipation, IBS, menopause, painful periods, and more. Call 724-437-0556 for an appointment in Uniontown. Personalize your care with NovaCare.
Why move? Grow into the home you love and transform your space with First Federal of Greene County. They offer home equity loans, home equity lines of credit, and FHA Title I home improvement loans, all to keep your roots planted where you want to be. Visit a loan officer today or lock in your rate before the market heats up and apply online anytime at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
Brian Brozak, Tony Hanula back here in Hopwood. Belle Vernon to bat first here in the top half of the first inning. Here's Tony with our lineup.
All right, Brian, thanks much. Leading off for the Belle Vernon Leopards will be Addie Newman. She'll be playing left field. Batting second, Brooke Hugland playing right field. Batting third will be the catcher, Ava Jones. Batting in the cleanup spot will be shortstop, Kaylee Seapolt. Batting fifth will be the third baseman, Maylee Hayes. Batting sixth will be pitcher, Maddie Grisnick. Batting in the seventh spot will be first baseman, Emily Bird. Batting eighth will be second baseman, Paisley Hebner. And the extra player, what do you call it?
Designated
player. Sorry about that. Lily Crawford in the ninth spot, and then Bella Williams will be playing center field. She's the flex player here today.
How about the defense for Laurel Highlands?
All right, defensively for Laurel Highlands, we'll go left to right. Left field is Peyton Rambo. Center field is Harley Durda. Right field is Gianna Miller. Around the horn on the infield will be Emmy Cavalier at third. Shortstop will be Kayla Howe. Second base will be Aubrey Spielman. First base will be Chloe Kamako. Behind the plate will be Liv McClellan. And on the mound will be Peyton Senge.
Laurel Highlands decked out in the home whites with a little pinstripes, red numbers, blue trim. Belle Vernon in the away dark greens with gold numbers and white trim. The Mustang dugout right below us, the Belle Vernon dugout off to our left. Laurel Highlands hosting Belle Vernon High School Girls Softball Senior Day here from Hopwood. We're back to the first pitch right after this here on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, the South Union Township Sports Network, and YouTube Live.
Attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt at Watson Mundorf LLP wish the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and all of our local teams the best of luck this year. Watson Mundorf is a premier regional law firm whose experience and expertise empower it to not only be an advocate for its clients, but also provide them with exceptional service to exceed expectations. With offices in Uniontown and Connellsville, they are local and here to serve you. Call 724 626-8882 for attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you'll get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. In fact, State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman is your go-to agent in Uniontown for the service you deserve at the price you want. So try to combine home and auto today. State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call 724-592-6308 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are proud residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and more. Experienced therapists providing quality rehabilitation close to home. Convenient hours, accessible location, all major insurances accepted. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access. 724-437-7500.
The Sea Harbor Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valet. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy. Amador Transit, locally owned and operated by the Scott family, have been helping students travel to school safely in the Fayette County area for more than 4 years. Amador Transit is a proud sponsor of Laurel Highlands High School sports and wishes all the area teams good luck. For more information about M&R Transit, call them 724-439-3164. 724-439-3164, or stop by their office at 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown.
Looking to buy a home or refinance? Trust the experts at Three Rivers Mortgage Services, proudly serving Fayette and Westmoreland counties for over 25 years. For all your home loan needs, call Ron Conti today at 412-292-8507 for experience you can count on.
Do you need a fast, friendly notary service that is open in the evening? Sandy Howell Notary Services is here for you, offering new PA and West Virginia plates and ready to assist with your vehicle, boat, motorcycle, and ATV registrations and transfers, plate renewals, and more. Serving Fayette County and all surrounding areas, open weekdays from 10 to 8:30 and Saturdays from 9 to 5. Sandy Howell Notary Services, Dry Knob Road, Smithfield. Call 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name.
Uniontown Detailing offers an all-inclusive auto care experience. Services include full auto detailing, professional ceramic coatings, window tinting, undercoating, paintless dent repair, and more. Uniontown Detailing has moved to a new location on 255 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. Stop by and check them out today. Best of luck this season to all local teams from Uniontown Detailing.
Just about set to go here in Hopwood. Brian Borozak alongside Tony Hanula. Carl Childs behind the camera. Nick Barczyk back inside our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios. WPIAL High School Girls Softball. Belle Vernon taking on Laurel Highlands. And Tony, we talked about the importance of this game. Looking at the Section 2 4A standings, you have Elizabeth Forward at the top of the table, 11-1 overall, 10-0 in the conference. You mentioned to me off the air, they're one of the top teams in the state.
Yeah, they're ranked number 3 in 4A and number 1 in 4A in the WPIAL. So they've got an extremely good team. 3 players already committed to colleges as well. So they've got a pretty loaded team.
The Mustangs will see West Mifflin twice next week. The Titans sit at 6-2 in the conference, 10-2 overall. Then the logjam. Again, the top 4 teams make the playoffs. Belle Vernon sits at 5-5, just 2 conference games left for the Leopards. Both Uniontown and Laurel Highlands sit at 4-4. As of right now, Laurel Highlands has the tiebreaker over Belle Vernon, but Uniontown has the tiebreaker over Laurel Highlands. Oakland Catholic sits at 1-6. Their only conference win came over the Mustangs last week, and Ringgold at 0-9 out of the playoff picture right now.
Right, and here's the thing, is we mentioned Belle Vernon only has 2 section games left. If by chance they would lose both, they're going to have to sit and wait for the other teams to finish playing to even determine their fate. So this is a big game for Belle Vernon as well, but obviously a much bigger game for Laurel Highlands.
Yeah, Laurel Highlands last in the WPIAL playoffs in 2013. We talked about these Mustang seniors here today as much as both Kayla Howe and Harley Dirt have meant to the program. They've never been in the WPIAL playoffs.
Well, and it's definitely something they want to do their senior year, and obviously the team wants to do it for them. So it's one of those things where if they can pull off a couple big wins here within the next week, they're going to head to the playoffs, and both of these girls will kick it off their bucket list.
Yeah, Belle Vernon lost to Beaver 8-1 in the first round of the WPIAL playoffs a season ago, but the Leopards seem like year in and year out that they have solid programs. And it will be Addie Newman leading things off here for the Belle Vernon Leopards. And this edition of Belle Vernon, Tony, rather young, but you look at Newman, she's batting .642. Yes, .642 with 6 RBIs, freshman left fielder.
642, 6 RBIs is right, and you can tell she's got a lot of speed batting from the left side. So you've got third baseman Emmy Cavalier already playing up, expecting something here.
Yeah, pretty impressive when you're getting on in 2 out of every 3 at-bats with a hit. Senja's first pitch in there for a strike, and it looked like Newman was showing bunt and then pulled back, maybe one of those running little bunt lay downs or half swings out there, but nonetheless the count 0-1, and Senja, who has been pretty dominant this season for the Mustangs, just missed there on the 0-1 to even up the count at 1-1.
Yeah, what's kind of interesting, Brian, Newman has 34 hits on the year. 31 of those are singles. Only had 2 doubles and 1 triple, so not too many extra base hits for her, but she can get on base.
1-1 pitch a little low. Count moves now to 2-1 from Senj to Newman. Just underway, top half of the first inning. Belle Vernon and Laurel Highlands High School softball here on WMBS. The 2-1 and a little check swing and a one-hopper over to third. Throw over not in time there from Cavalier to Kamako, and I think you have to give Newman an infield single.
Well, you're going to have to give her an infield single, but to be honest with you, I thought that ball was going to spin foul, and she just kind of caught it right before it went there. So an infield single for Newman to increase her average even more. So Belle Vernon with a good start, leadoff hitter on.
That'll bring up the freshman right fielder, Brooke Hugland, who's batting .563 with 5 RBIs.
And we mentioned this too off the air. You've got 3 freshmen leading off for Belle Vernon, so they've got a lot to look forward to in years to come.
Hugland bunting it foul on the far side, so the count at 0-1. Yeah, the Mustangs knocking off Belle Vernon 7-2 earlier on this season. Belle Vernon swept the Mustangs a season ago.
Now, in that game, Laurel Highlands had 10 hits to their credit, 3 home runs.
0-1 toss in there, but just missed even the count at 1-1. And you have an all-turf infield here. They put that in a couple of years back here at Hopwood, and a grass outfield.
Well, this is perfect for softball, no doubt.
Now Senja's 1-1 here to Hugland, again showing bunt. Did she go through that one? Yes, she did. And the count moves to 1-2.
And it was a high pitch, just couldn't pull the bat back fast enough. So now you got a 1-2 count.
Now Senj ready. 1-2 toss. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Big strikeout again for Peyton Senj, and 1 down here in the top half of the first inning.
And Senj having a great year as a sophomore for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, and you can tell the difference. We said she didn't get the pitch against Oakland Catholic in one of their losses, and you got to really have her on the mound here all year, especially in the next week.
That was a 10-run loss as well by a score of 14-4. We'll get you some of Senj's numbers here in just a moment, but coming to the plate, Ava Jones. You have 3 freshmen leading off here for Belle Vernon. Senj finds the strike zone, throw down to second, sliding in safely there is Newman to get in a scoring position with 1 out here in a scoreless game for the Belle Vernon Leopards.
Yeah, and she had a pretty good jump there, jumped on a pretty good pitch, and really wasn't even close at second base.
Senj, we mentioned, coming into the game, a 4-3 record, 1.33 ERA. This is her 8th appearance and 8th start of the season for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. That bunt popped up, and the play made there by Emmy Cavalier for the second out of the inning, and nowhere for Newman to go. And now 2 down here in the top of the first with Kaylee Seipold coming to the plate, the junior shortstop for the Leopards.
Well, interestingly enough, Brian, I looked at the stats too before we did the game. Belle Vernon only has 9 steals all year long. That was the first steal of the year for Newman. So they really don't run a whole lot, but, they can definitely put the ball in play.
And despite having success getting on base, and Seipold also batting over 500, 556 average. She takes the first toss there from Senj for ball 1, a homer and 18 RBIs for the junior shortstop for the Belle Vernon Leopards.
Well, yeah, and you have Seapolt, but you also have the next batter up, Maley Hayes, who also has 18 RBIs on the year. So a lot of power in that 4 and 5 spot.
Senge ready with the next toss to Seapolt, and she went around on that one, but caught her there on the inside and might have dinged her a bit there, Tony.
I think it just caught her right hand, maybe a finger. She's trying to shake it off, but she tried to fight that pitch off a little bit, and just she looks a little hot under the collar at herself.
I mentioned more of Senge's numbers. 42 innings pitched, given up 24 hits, 16 runs, only 8 of them earned. Struck out 80, Tony, with only 3 walks so far this season.
Well, you know what? When you don't walk players in high school ball on any level, with softball, baseball, even in the pros, if you don't walk anybody, that's the best thing to do, because that normally seems to come around and score.
They're going to bring a trainer out here to take a look at Seapolt, trying to get a little flexibility back in her right hand. Just want to make sure everything's okay.
Yeah, just trying to see what if it caught a finger, if it caught all her fingers. I'm just trying to see what's going on.
Let's say hello to our buddy Ed Walensky from Sandy Howe Notary Services, checking in on our live stream. We appreciate that. As soon as we're done, we'll have Pirates baseball for you. The Pirates starting a 3-game series with the Tampa Bay Rays tonight. Tom Rodriguez, the head coach of the Belle Vernon Leopards. We talked to Pat Livingston, the head coach of the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, during the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. Looks like Seipolt's set to go here, Tony.
Yeah, she kind of shook it off pretty well there, so we'll see what happens. Trainer came out, and she kind of shook him off, so she must be okay.
You have Addie Newman now at second. Game scoreless as we work here with 2 outs in the top of the first inning. The count's 1-1 here to Kaylee Seipoldt against Peyton Senge. Senge now, after that strikeout of Brooke Hugland, now 81 strikeouts so far this season.
Yeah, an excellent control pitcher, no doubt about that.
1-1 on the way, and that one fouled off. So 1-2 now to Kaylee Seipoldt as Senge tries to get out of this top half of the first inning with no damage being done.
Looks like Senge is trying to work her on the inside here, Brian. She had to fight off both of those pitches kind of on her hands, so trying to keep it in tight.
Now the 1-2 again fouled off there by Kaylee Seipoldt, so the count remains 1-2. And for Senge, the Mustangs will have her around for a little while, only a sophomore.
Yes, and that's the key. If you can get some good pitching in high school, especially at the young age like this, she'll be around for a couple of years, so the Mustangs will be formidable coming up, too.
1-2 again. A little check swing down the first baseline. Senge there, a little scoop over to first in time to Chloe Kamako to retire Seipoldt 1-3 for the final out of the inning. So the Leopards end up stranding Newman. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Belle Vernon scoreless. Laurel Highlands coming to bat here on the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night.
The C. Harper Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive C. Harper Service Valets. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy. Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sproulsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Prime Rozak, Tony Anula back here in Hopwood. The Mustangs coming to bat. Tony has their lineup.
All right, for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, leading off will be Kayla Howe. She's playing shortstop today. Haley Dirtle will be batting second, playing center field. Peyton Senge in the third spot, pitching today. In the cleanup spot will be first baseman Chloe Kamako. In the fifth spot, third baseman Emmy Cavalier. Batting sixth will be left fielder Peyton Rambo. Batting seventh will be catcher Liv McClelland. Batting eighth, second baseman Aubrey Spielman. Batting ninth will be the designated player Izzy Coleman. And in the 10th spot will be the flex player Gianna Miller playing right field.
Tony, since I have these in front of me, I'll read the Belle Vernon defense. Addie Newman in left, Bella Williams in center, Brooke Hugland in right around the horn. Maylee Hayes at third. Kaylee Seipold at short. Paisley Hibner at second. Emily Bird playing first. Ava Jones catching, and Maddie Grisnick pitching for the Belle Vernon Leopards. And again, Kayla Howe to lead things off here for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Howe batting .269, a homer, and 2 RBIs for the Mustangs senior. Just take the first pitch for ball 1 there for Maddie Grisnick.
Gave that little fake running bunt there. Third baseman Hayes playing in tight.
And Howe does have good speed. She won't be afraid to steal if she can get on with the infield charging. 1-0, though, popped up here in the infield. They'll go to the third baseman, Maylee Hayes, for the first out of the inning. So 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, she just kind of got underneath that a little bit and popped it up. Hayes was in perfect position at third base. Now it's going to bring up the only other senior on this team, Harley Durd.
Durd, the senior center fielder, batting .333, a homer, and 7 RBIs. We were talking earlier, Tony, off the air. The dimensions, for whatever reason, here in Hopwood seem short. But I really don't think it's much different from what we've seen over at Laurel Highlands High School. Is Durda with a little line drive going right there again to Maylee Hayes, who's had a couple of balls hit at her here early on, Tony.
She looks like Key Brian Hayes down there, making some nice plays defensively.
The 2 F5s to start this bottom of the first inning now with Coley. Check that with Peyton Senge coming to the plate, the sophomore pitcher, batting .304 with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs.
Yeah, and Senge a pretty nice hitter besides being a pretty good pitcher. I read that article that they had in the Herald Standard about her, and she likes to hit as well. So it's one thing if she could keep it up. 2 home runs and 4 RBIs as a sophomore, so having a pretty good year at .304.
Yeah, Senge takes the first pitch high and outside for ball 1. We talked to Senge after the Mustangs win over Ringgold earlier on this season. Another one of her stellar games where she had 15 strikeouts. Took that pitch for a ball from Maddie Grisnick. Try to get you some of Grisnick's numbers here in just a moment as well.
You know what? I don't know if he gave us any pitching stats.
Okay, that's what I was looking. I didn't have him in front of me. I was going to refer to you on that one.
No, no defensively and everything, but really didn't give us any pitching stats.
Little one-hopper there, and Senge lays off. It's a 3-0 count now from Grisnick to Senge with 2 outs in a scoreless game here in the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, because I was looking at that as well. I thought, okay, wait, there's no pitching here. So
3-0 pitch on the way, and Senge swinging.
Whoa.
And came up empty. Pitch was actually a little bit low. Might have been ball 4. The count now 3-1. So you don't really see a green light given very often when the count's 3-0.
Well, especially with 2 outs, you want to get somebody on here. But Senge, and you're right, Brian. That pitch was inside. Probably would have been ball 4.
3-1 now on the way. Senge hard hit ball, but foul down the third baseline. Count goes full now to 3-2. We've done plenty of Little League games, Tony, over the years on this field on the South Union Township Sports Network. This is the first time I've seen a varsity high school softball game here. But you're right, the field is really set up well for high-level softball.
Oh, this is perfect for that.
Now the count full 3-2 from Grisnick to Senge. The payoff pitch on the way. Senge well hitting. Who else, Tony? Right to third base and Maylee Hayes. You have 3 straight F5s here in the bottom of the first. We're scoreless after 1. Laurel Highlands and Belle Vernon. High school softball here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
This is attorney Michael Mays of the Davis & Davis Law Firm. We have been helping injured people just like you recover millions of dollars for over 45 years. If you're hurt or injured, I want to meet you and make sure you get the money that you deserve. Call me at 724-437-2799 for your free consultation. The Davis & Davis Law Firm has been protecting our neighbors in Greene and Fayette counties for over 45 years. Go to davisanddavislaw.com or call 724-437-2799 for your free consultation.
The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are proud residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and more. Experienced therapists providing quality rehabilitation close to home. Convenient hours, accessible location, all major insurances accepted. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access. 724-437-7500.
Looking for the highest quality products at the lowest prices? Shop and save on Walnut Hill in Uniontown has the widest selection of brands and the freshest offerings around. They specialize in your family's grocery needs. Save big and sign up for the Shop and Save Perks card to get money-saving benefits and discounts on gas. Shop and Save. Walnut Hill Road, Uniontown, open 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Working hard to offer you the best at Shop and Save because it's the just right thing to do.
Moving down to the top of the second inning, Belle Vernon and Laurel Highlands scoreless. The Leopards with hitters 4, 5, and 6 due up. Maylee Hayes, Maddie Grisnick, and Emily Bird. Belle Vernon one hit in that top half of the first inning. An infield single from Addie Newman. After stealing second, she was stranded there after Sen struck out Brooke Hugland. Ava Jones flew out to third baseman Emmy Cavalier, and Kaylee Seipold grounded out 1-3. In the first pitch here, a bunt laid down, going right to Senge. Hard throw over to first in time there to Coley Kamako to retire Maylee Hayes. 1-3 for the first out of this top of the second.
Yeah, and we were talking about that first inning for Laurel Highlands. 3 straight balls hit at Maylee Hayes at third base, and she was positioned perfectly for all of them. Never even had to move to make all those catches.
Now Maddie Grisnick coming to the plate, the senior pitcher for Belle Vernon, batting .263 with 7 RBIs. First toss there from Senge. That was a little riser. Swing and a miss there from Grisnick, and the count at 0-1. And boy, does Senge bring the heat, especially from this perspective, Tony. You really see those pitches coming in rather well.
Yeah, I can tell you that. I'm kind of impressed with her heat. When the last game we did was in left field at Uniontown, but I'll tell you what, she can bring it.
Took a little bit off that one, a little one-hopper, evens up the count at 1-1. Especially from this perspective, we're actually sitting right above the Laurel Highlands dugout and right down the first base line. Great vantage point here in Hopwood. 1-1 pitch called strike. Now 1-2 from Senge to Grisnick with 1 out in a scoreless game here in the top of the second.
Yeah, your live stream view is our view.
Yes. We're just to the camera left here in Hopwood. 1-2 pitch on the way. That ball well hit into center field, and one hops in front of Harley Durda out there in center. So a 1-out single for Maddie Grisnick here in the top of the second for Belle Vernon.
Yeah, and Grisnick jumped on that fastball. She kind of seemed to be waiting for it, jumped it and slammed it right up the middle, and actually thought at one point in time that Durda may have a shot to get her at first base, but wisely just tossed it into second and kept her there.
Here's another freshman coming to bat for Belle Vernon, Emily Bird, freshman first baseman, batting .308 with an RBI so far this season for Belle Vernon. Senge first pitch here to Bird, called strike. 0-1.
Well, both of these teams are young, Brian. You look at Belle Vernon, they have 5 seniors, but you look at Laurel Highlands with only 2 seniors, and obviously 2 key pieces to this team, but still a lot of young talent on both teams.
And Mustangs do have a lot coming back as well, and that ball fouled out of play here on the left side. And a perfect evening for high school softball as well. Game time temperature around 70 degrees, and as you said, Tony, a nice little breeze coming off of Lake Hutchinson.
Yeah, Lake Hutch, it seems like the breeze is kind of going out a little bit, so if somebody can get it up in the air, you might see one splash land.
Now next toss there, Henge to Bird, a little low. I think we're at 2-1.
Yeah, that was a good block by McClellan, too, to keep that ball in front of her. Not a whole lot of room, again, behind home plate, but still, you don't want to let that ball get loose.
Next toss from Senge to Bird. A little riser caught her on the inside as she fouls it off. Now 2 strikes on the freshman Emily Bird as Senge looks for her second strikeout of the evening.
And Senge not afraid to throw inside. We've seen that on the last couple batters. She's jammed a few of these hitters, so keeping it inside on the inside corner, making it tough for Belle Vernon to get around.
And certainly very confident on the mound. A little riser there. It was foul tipped to make the throw down to first, and they don't.
Well, I don't think he called a foul tip.
They're going to rule it out. Okay.
Oh, okay.
No, they're going to give her first there, Tony.
Well, I don't know.
Now they called her out.
Yeah.
There's a little delay there.
Yeah, I'm not.
So it goes in the books as a strikeout.
No, most definitely. But yeah, I wonder what. Well, I guess you had a runner at first base there, so able to advance.
Yeah, correct. So Grisnick does get down to second, and that'll bring up Paisley Hibner here for Belle Vernon. Sophomore second baseman, batting .250, a homer and 10 RBIs. First toss high there from Senge, 1-0 to the sophomore Hibner.
Yeah, the second runner so far for Belle Vernon, who's made it to second base. He had Newman stranded there in the first inning after a leadoff single. So the Mustangs trying to do the same thing here and strand Grisnick out there.
Swing and a miss that time from Hibner. Evens up the count at 1-1. 2 outs, top of the second. Belle Vernon and Laurel Highlands scoreless here from Hopwood. Really a nice night for this as well, Tony. Friday night, senior night. Great opportunity for the family to come down here to Hopwood as well.
Ooh.
Another pitch just missed there from Senge to Hibner to take the count to 2-1.
Yeah, it didn't miss by much. It was a good pitch. I'll tell you what, that was a good take by Hibner. That pitch was pretty close.
Yes. So 2-1 now. Senge to Hibner. With Grisnick now on second, and that one fouled off. Evens up the count now at 2-2. As the Mustangs defensively try to get out of the inning with no damage being done.
Tell you what, though, there's a pretty good crowd here tonight, though.
Yep.
I mean, senior night and all, but pretty good crowd for both teams.
Should open up the snack bar down here in Hopwood tonight.
Yeah.
Counting out 2-2. Laurel Highlands trying to get out of the inning, and they do just that as Hibner swings and misses at the 2-2 there from Senge. So we'll go to the bottom of the second, still scoreless. Belle Vernon and Laurel Highlands high school softball here on the CR Piranha Group High School Sports Night.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
Do you need a fast, friendly notary service that is open in the evening? Sandy Howell Notary Services is here for you, offering new PA and West Virginia plates and ready to assist with your vehicle, boat, motorcycle, and ATV registrations and transfers, plate renewals, and more. Serving Fayette County and all surrounding areas, open weekdays from 10 to 8:30 and Saturdays from 9 to 5. Sandy Howell Notary Services, Dry Knob Road, Smithfield. Call 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name.
The Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood is a proud supporter of local high school sports. In fact, their annual charity golf outing has contributed dozens of scholarships to Fayette County students. The Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood, wishing all of our local high school teams a great season.
Brian Morozak, Tony Anula back here in Hopwood. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs taking on the Belle Vernon Leopards high school girls softball. Both of these schools coming into play, tied for the final playoff spot in Section 2 and 4A. Certainly a lot on the line. Mustangs winning the first meeting between these two schools this year 7-2. Chloe Camaco, Emmy Cavalier, and Peyton Rambo due up for the Mustangs here in the bottom of the second. And the first pitch misses low to Chloe Camaco, and the count 1-0. Camaco, just a sophomore, batting .500, a homer, and 10 RBIs. First baseman for Laurel Highlands.
And interesting, she is actually, I was going to say she had that front foot out of the batter's box. I was kind of surprised the ump let her go away with that. But as close as you can get to the line on the front end of the batter's box.
Now Maddie Grisnick's 1-0 popped up here in the infield. This one will go to Paisley Hibner, the second baseman, who makes the catch for the first out of the inning. So in the bottom of the first, if you're just joining us, we had 3 straight F5s, all 3 balls going to Maylee Hayes over a third base. Now you start the bottom of the second out with an F4 going to Paisley Hibner.
Well, it is a good sign, though, because the Mustangs are putting the ball in play. And you got to do that, make something happen.
Emmy Cavalier now coming to the plate, batting .238, but does have 2 home runs and 3 RBIs. Junior third baseman here for the Mustangs. And Emmy also standing up near the front of the batter's box there as well, Tony. She'll take the first pitch outside for ball 1.
It's interesting. You would think that they'd let it, stand more towards the back to let the ball get deeper, but they're right on top of it, surprisingly.
Maybe get down to first base a little bit quicker, get an extra step there.
Well, hey, I'm not sure.
That pitch called strike, evens up the count at 1-1. And we have Frank on our web stream, a live stream, saying the same thing. I was going to say she was so far forward in the batter's box, it was crazy. So you're not the only one seeing it.
Yes, and now I'm thinking, like, I didn't know how they let her get the front foot out.
1-1, missed there outside. Now 2-1 from Grisnick to Cavalier. As we work here in a scoreless game, bottom of the second inning with 1 out, Mustangs at the plates. And we play 7 here for high school softball.
And again, Cavalier, that front foot out of the box.
Mustang dugout talking it up. That pitch outside takes the count now to 3-1 from Grisnick to Cavalier. And Cavalier home run power here for the Mustangs. 2 home runs already this season.
And again, only a junior.
Now the 3-1 on the way. Called strike. Cavalier started to walk down to first.
She was trying. She was trying to bait the umpire there, but that ball was a pretty nice looking pitch. Probably caught the bottom of the knees right there, and now it's a full count.
3-2. Grisnick to Cavalier. That's low and inside for ball 4. The Mustangs had their first base runner of the game, and Emmy Cavalier.
And a pretty good at bat there by Cavalier as well. Work the count full, get the walk.
Cavalier a little shoulder wrap there on the right shoulder for the Mustangs. Now Peyton Rambo coming to the plate. Junior left fielder batting .217. Also a couple of home runs on the season. 3 RBIs for Rambo. We sat right behind her, Tony, out in left field for that Uniontown Laurel Highlands game last week down at Bailey Park.
Yep.
Grisnick's first pitch to Rambo. Bunt laid down the third base line, and everybody's safe.
Great bunt. And an exceptionally well-placed bunt. You had Emily Bird charging from first base, and the second baseman didn't get over there to cover the bag. So now all of a sudden the Mustangs with 2 runners on, 1 out.
2 on, 1 out. Game still scoreless, and Liv McClellan, the Mustang catcher, now coming to the plate. McClellan batting .318 with 4 RBIs, sophomore catcher for the Mustangs. You look at a lot of the Mustang games that had success this season, Tony, were lower scoring wins. The Mustangs haven't nearly produced the number of RBIs that Belle Vernon has, but the Mustangs certainly given up a lot less runs this season as well.
That's exactly right. And that's the thing. When we look, we were doing that early on. We were looking at the numbers, and you've got some big numbers on this Belle Vernon team, but really you only have one player with Laurel Highlands who's in double figures RBI-wise.
McClellan took the first pitch for a strike, 0-1 from Maddie Grisnick. So 2 on, 1 out for the Mustangs. Game still scoreless, but Laurel Highlands threatening here in the bottom of the second inning. 0-1 now. Grisnick to McClellan, and McClellan well hit ball, but popped up to left center. Charging and getting there is Addie Newman for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, Newman covered a lot of ground right there to get there. It was kind of in the gap a little bit, but had a lot of height on it, so Newman able to get under that. No problem at all. So now the Mustangs got Aubrey Spielman coming up with 2 runners on the base pass for the Mustangs, looking to do some damage here in the bottom of the second inning.
And junior second baseman Spielman batting .143. A home run and 3 RBIs. Big spot here for Spielman with 2 on and now 2 outs. Game still scoreless. Grisnick's first pitch here to Spielman is low for ball 1. Good block there from Ava Jones, the catcher.
Yeah, Jones, the lefty behind the plate, but did a nice job there to keep it in front of her.
But they haven't mowed the outfield today, Tony. You can see some of the stripes going across there.
Oh, yeah.
Hutchinson looking nice for a Friday night of high school WPIAL softball. Next pitch to Spielman inside. And the Mustangs some nice little jumps there off the bag after the tosses there from Grisnick.
Yeah, I know we've done some games down here where there's been white caps on that Lake Hutchie over there.
Yes.
Windy and cold, and fortunately tonight, perfect evening.
Grisnick now next pitch to Spielman, called strike. Now 2 strikes on Aubrey Spielman. You got to stay aggressive in this spot if you're the Mustangs.
It just caught the outside corner.
So 2-2, Grisnick to Spielman. Grisnick has yet to record a strikeout in this game. Next toss. Actually, no, that must have been a 2-1 count. Now it's 2-2. They don't have the scoreboard working here at Hutchinson tonight.
Yeah.
Now we're 2-2. And Spielman will have to work here to stay alive. 2-2 toss, nub foul on the left side. Count remains 2-2.
Well, a good job to stay alive there. That pitch was low. She was lucky to get a piece of it, but able to pull it foul. They're going to change softballs here.
Emmy Cavalier on second, Peyton Rambo on first. It's a 2-2 count to Aubrey Spielman with Maddie Grisnick pitching for Belle Vernon. 2-2 toss to Spielman is high, and that one hops away off the backstop. Runners advance for the Mustangs. Cavalier down to third, Rambo into second.
Yeah, now big hit here will score 2 runs for the Mustangs.
Count full as well, a 3-2 with first base open.
They're going to. I'm trying to. I guess
they thought that
was hurt.
Cavalier was calling time, but that's just her running stance. Kind of like a sprinter using the back of the bag there for a little launch going home.
Little Usain Bolt action over there.
3-2 on the way, fouled off by Spielman as she stays alive. So the count remains 3-2.
Yeah, good at bat here so far for Spielman.
I will say it's the first time I've seen that in high school softball.
It's the first time I've seen that in softball or baseball. We're seeing all kind of stuff here tonight.
Yeah, maybe a new trend. Who knows? Everyone's going to start doing it. We go 3-2 again, and this ball popped up. Look alive, Tony.
Yep. Boom.
On the backside, and it'll go foul. That Billy Dice driving down the street there, bouncing right in front of him.
Might have been it. Nah. Looked like his sled.
Did look like his old truck there going down the road. So they count 3-2. He said he might come down to Hutchinson tonight.
Okay.
Bring the family down for some high school softball. I know he's all geeked up for the draft next week. 3-2 on the way, and that pitch is low for ball 4. The Mustangs have the bases loaded.
Yeah, and a very good at bat by Spielman there. Picks up the second walk of the inning. And now all of a sudden, bases are juiced.
For Izzy Coleman, the designated player, batting .333 with 3 RBIs. Junior for the Mustangs. Big spot here, bases loaded, 2 outs in a scoreless game. Bottom of the second inning, Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Belle Vernon Leopards.
And you get both Hayes and Bird playing in at the corners for Belle Vernon.
You get the force out anywhere. First toss to Coleman, high for ball 1. Of course, no place to put her with the bases juiced. And the top of the order, and Kayla Howell due up next for the Mustangs. As Laurel Highlands really making Maddie Grisnick work here in the bottom of the second inning.
Yeah, Grisnick going to step back a little bit to try to compose herself here. Has missed on the last 2 pitches.
1-0 here to Coleman, and that one's low. Now 2-0. The Mustang dugout coming alive, waiting for the game's first run here in the bottom of the second inning.
Trying to keep their playoff hopes alive.
2-0 pitch. Ball nubbed, foul on the left side.
That was interesting. That pitch was extremely inside. I don't know how Coleman got to that and able to pull it to the left field side.
I got juiced by a bird, Tony.
Did you? I saw you wiping something off there.
Get the towel out here in between innings. Next pitch on the way, hit into shallow center field. Tough play, and unable to come up with it. There is Bella Williams. This will score a couple of runs for the Mustangs as both Cavalier and Rambo will score. So give Coleman 2 RBIs. She now has 5 on the season. And Laurel Highlands a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning.
Yeah, perfectly placed hit. Great try out there by Bella Williams in center field, but just couldn't get there. Just over the infield grass. And Williams had to run a long way to try to make the diving catch, but it just off her glove. So now Mustangs with 2 quick runs.
Spielman now down to third. Coleman's at first. Now you have the top of the order up in Kayla Howe, one of 2 Mustang seniors, along with Harley Durda. First pitch on the way, low for ball 1.
And Howe batting from the right side this time instead of the left. We saw her line out to third baseman Hayes last time up.
Mustangs off to a good start now. 2 across here in the bottom of the second, and that pitch high there from Grisnick, and the Mustangs really making Maddie Grisnick win here. The Wolves swept Belle Vernon in the season series. And the Leopards, with only 1 conference game left, as Howe pops this one up. At second base, Hibner there to make the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Mustangs get 2 here in the bottom of the second, lead 2-0 over Belle Vernon after 2 here on the C.R. Brada Group High School Sports Night.
Why move? Grow into the home you love and transform your space with First Federal of Greene County. They offer home equity loans, home equity lines of credit, and FHA Title I home improvement loans, all to keep your roots planted where you want to be. Visit a loan officer today or lock in your rate before the market heats up and apply online anytime at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
The Sea Harbor Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valets. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy.
NovaCare Rehabilitation in Uniontown is accessible for all of your recovery needs. New at NovaCare is pelvic floor physical therapy, a specialized program to treat patients with pelvic floor dysfunction related to bladder, bowel, sexual function, and pregnancy postpartum. These issues can affect both women and men and include urinary frequency, urgency and incontinence, pelvic pain, constipation, IBS, menopause, painful periods, and more. Call 724-437-0556 for an appointment in Uniontown. Personalize your care with NovaCare.
Lily Crawford leading off this top half of the third inning for Belle Vernon. Mustangs lead the Leopards by a score of 1-0. Crawford batting .259 with 3 RBIs. Senior designated player for Belle Vernon. Peyton Senge 3 strikeouts already in this game, and that one fouled off here by Crawford. Wait, 1-1 or 0-2 here, Tony? 0-2. 0-2 here from Senge.
Yep.
To Lily Crawford.
Now with this 2-0 lead, Senge looks like she's got a little giddy up.
Yes, she does.
In her pitches right now.
Now the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It's now 3 straight strikeouts for Peyton Senge, who sent down Emily Bird and Paisley Hibner to end the second inning. And Crawford batting from the number 9 position. The first out here in the top of the third. Now the top of the order, and Addie Newman coming to the plate. Newman, an infield single and stole a base first time up.
But was stranded at second. That was the key. As Senge was able to get out of that inning after a leadoff hit.
Again, this top of the order for Belle Vernon really has made a lot of hay so far this season as the first pitch misses there to Newman, 1-0. You have Newman batting .642, Hugland behind her batting .563, and another freshman, Ava Jones, batting .442, and Kaylee Seipel from the cleanup spot batting .556. And this ball nubbed right back to Senge, who makes a throw over to first to record the out. 1-3 to retire Newman, and very rare for Addie Newman even to make an out zone.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You said it's .642, but beautiful play there by Senge. She's already made 3 plays on the pitcher's mound, fielding her position quite well as well, so to go along with the pitching.
2 up, 2 down here in the top of the third with Brooke Hugland coming to the plate. Hugland, the right fielder, batting .563 with 5 RBIs. Senge's first toss to Hugland, a little one-hopper. Count at 1-0.
Senge looked like she just kind of lost control of that ball a little bit when it came out of her hand.
Again, the Mustangs 3 conference games next week. 1-0 here, swing and a miss. Even up the count at 1-1 to Brooke Hugland at West Mifflin on Monday. Both the Laurel Highlands softball team and the baseball team will have games at West Mifflin on Monday. Laurel Highlands hosting Uniontown Wednesday. We'll have that game for you here on WMBS. Swing and a miss there from Hugland. Count moves to 1-2. And then a rematch with West Mifflin at Laurel Highlands High School. Makeup game next Friday at 4 o'clock. So busy week next week for the Mustangs. And this ball nubbed to short, making the play there, senior Kayla Howe for the third out of the inning. So 1-2-3 top half of the third. We'll go to the bottom of the third. 2-0 Laurel Highlands over Belle Vernon here on the CR Brada Group High School Sports Night.
Go to Ford of Uniontown and trade me in.
It's Jessica Karingala and Joe Malika, and we want you to spring into savings at Ford of Uniontown.
Right now, get a new Ford F-150 with up to $8,000 off MSRP or up to $6,000 off with low financing rates, as low as 2.9 for 60 months and 3.9 for 72 or 84 months.
Looking for something versatile and efficient? Check out the Ford Maverick with up to $3,000 off of MSRP.
And don't forget, Ford owners can score additional loyalty savings.
Go to Ford of Uniontown and trade me in.
Inventory is moving fast, so don't wait. Your truck knows, shouldn't you?
Trade me in.
That's Ford of Uniontown on the hill across from Applebee's, 724-425-5980 or FordofUniontown.com.
Price excludes tax and transfer fees. Must finance with Ford credit, and not all buyers will qualify.
Go to Ford of Uniontown and trade me in.
Amidar Transit, locally owned and operated by the Scott family, have been helping students travel to school safely in the Fayette County area for more than 4 years. Amidar Transit is a proud sponsor of Laurel Highlands High School sports and wishes all the area teams good luck. For more information about Amidar Transit, call them 724-439-3164. 724-439-3164, or stop by their office at 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown.
Mustangs with hitters 2, 3, and 4 due up here in the bottom of the third inning, up 2-0. Harley Durda, Peyton Senge, and Chloe Kamako. The Mustangs sending 7 to the plate in that bottom of the second inning. That produced 2 runs.
Yeah, 2 hits and 2 walks. Helped out the Mustangs in that bottom of the second inning.
First pitch to Durda actually was behind her on a little roller there from Maddie Grisnick, so they count at 1-0.
Yeah, and again, it looked like she just lost a little handle on the ball as well.
We'll see if the Mustangs' little onslaught they had in the second on Grisnick will continue here into the third, and Grisnick just lost that one as well.
So I wonder if she hasn't asked the ump for a new ball yet.
Yeah. Maybe a little slick. Mentioned a little bit warm earlier on today, just cooling off. She had a little moisture on her hands. They're working hard.
Yeah.
2-0, and again got away from her. Not sure what's going on there with Grisnick.
Well, I don't know much about girls softball, but it looked like she kind of got short on her stride.
Yeah.
To the plate. If you watch, she's just kind of abruptly stopping. See?
3-0, better pitch there. Finds the strike zone, 3-1. She took a little bit off of it.
Yeah. And trust me, I am not an expert at girls softball, but I'm just watching, just
you know the
mechanics.
stick and ball games, though.
I've
3-1, and this ball popped up in foul territory on the left side. Look out here, and the catch made. That was the shortstop. Seipold came over to make that catch.
Yeah, nice play there.
For the first down of the inning. I thought that was going to be over the fence.
Yeah. Came back in, and she did a nice job just chumming right up against the fence to make that catch.
Now Peyton Senge coming to the plate. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Mustangs up 2-0. Brian Rozak alongside Tony Hanula. Carl Chowns behind the camera. Nick Barczyk back inside our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios. We focus on the radio side. We'll Pirates baseball for you on the way next.
Yeah, Senge trying to help herself here.
And first pitch missed there again from Grisnick.
Yeah, and like I said, I just maybe a little mechanics, but it looks like she just shortened her stride.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of catching it a little bit. But
it's like your golf swing, Tony. You start slicing it or hooking it real bad or start shanking it, shorten up that swing.
Yeah.
It'll get a little bit better. That one hit, Senge in the foot.
Well, just like a walk, but a little more painful there.
Yeah. She's okay. She's smiling down the first base line. Now you'll have catcher Ava Jones come out and just talk to Grisnick a little bit. Trying to settle her down.
Trying to read her lips and see if she's saying your stride's not big. Maybe she heard me.
Yeah.
Trying to see if I got a little pitching coach in me.
I think we're going to get a pitching change here. We will. So a pitching change here for Belle Vernon. We'll take a timeout. The Mustangs up 2-0 here in the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Night.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
The Sea Harbor Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valets. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy.
Brian Morozak, Tony Anula back here in Hopwood. So a couple of changes for Belle Vernon. New pitcher will be Lily Crawford. Paisley Hibner, who was playing second base, becomes the designated player. And Maddie Grisnick, who was pitching, now moves to second base. It wasn't too complicated, so.
No, we were able to figure that one out. A lot of times we can't.
But now up for the Mustangs, Chloe Kamako. First pitch to Chloe, called strike there from Lily Crawford. And we'll see with the insertion of Crawford pitching how much this changes the mojo on the Belle Vernon side as well. As for whatever reason, Grisnick just kind of had some control issues that started late in the second inning, continued here into the third as this ball popped up here on the right side, and the catch made by Maddie Grisnick, who's now playing second base for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, and the second time Kamako flew out to the second baseman in this game. Did it in the second inning, too, at her first at bat.
Now 2 outs. And Emmy Cavalier coming to the plate. She walked and scored a run back in the second inning.
And we'll apologize a little bit. We were calling her Emily last time, but that's how it was written on the scorecard,
Correct.
To be honest with you. So we will apologize, but we're getting it right today.
First pitch here, called strike. A nice little riser there from Crawford. And the count at 0-1. So the Mustangs up 2-0, bottom of the third inning. And these two schools entered play here tonight, tied for the final playoff spot in the conference. That pitch a little high, throw back to first, and just getting underneath the tag there was Senge.
That was closer than it should have been. It looked like Senge kind of slipped on the turf a little bit and nearly got thrown out.
The Mustangs fortunate there to stay in the inning, retain the base runner.
A good aggressive throw by Ava Jones from the catcher spot.
Next toss to Cavalier, number to short, catch made to end the inning from Kaylee Seipold. So the Mustangs strand Senge. We've played 3. Laurel Highlands up 2-0 over Belle Vernon here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Night.
Accidents can happen at any time. At Stewart Collision Service in Uniontown, we are here to repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition. Have dents? Stewart Collision Service does paintless dent repair. So give us a call at 724-437-9381 or stop by 73 East Fayette Street for all your collision needs. We work with all insurances. Stewart Collision supports our local high school sports team and wish you the best this season. That's Stewart Collision Service, 73 East Fayette Street in Uniontown, 724-437-9381.
That sneeze was in a different zip code, and I still felt the germs.
Relax, Randy. I went to Montgomery Medical. I'm fully shielded.
Like a flu shot?
Flu, COVID, the works. If you haven't caught up on your shots yet, they'll get you sorted in minutes. It's basically a suit of armor, but with less clanking. Then do the double shot. After Montgomery Medical, head over to Renew You Medispa. I got their immunity IV drip.
A Medispa?
You relax, you hydrate, and you give your immune system a VIP upgrade.
Montgomery Medical, a family tradition of family medicine.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first. And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever. Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
Brian Morozak, Tony Anilla back here at Hopwood, top of the fourth inning. Belle Vernon will have Ava Jones, Kaylee Seipold, and Maylee Hayes due up. Laurel Highlands leads it 2-0. Peyton Senge, 4 strikeouts already for the Mustangs. We even talked Tony off the air during the last half inning. You look at Senge's mechanics and her confidence at the mound and the velocity of her pitches. I think she has real high-end potential to really even play Division I softball here in a couple of years, only a sophomore.
Well, yeah, she's got a couple more years to work at it, but right now, I mean, she's got all the tools right there. That was a nice off-speed pitch. You had Jones sitting on the fastball, but beautiful off-speed pitch right there by Senge.
The count 0-1 to Ava Jones. Again, Jones, Seipold, and Hayes due up for Belle Vernon here in the top of the fourth. 0-1 on the way. Brought the heat that time. Count moves to 0-2 as it finds the strike zone.
Brought the heat and again caught the inside corner against Jones on the left side. Beautiful pitch right there, and that would have been tough for Jones even to try to put it in play. It was right in on her hands.
Senge looking for the 3-pitch strikeout, and she'll get it here. Big time cut, but Jones comes up empty. Now 5 strikeouts for Peyton Senge and 1 out here for Belle Vernon in the top of the fourth.
5 strikeouts, and again, no walks, as you mentioned, Brian. Came in with 80 Ks and only 3 walks.
Mustangs a little infield celebration there after the strikeout.
They've got a
playing,
couple.
They are playing confident tonight. They are playing very confident. Senior night, they're loose, playing well. And again, this game will go a long way for the Mustangs to lock up a playoff spot. As this one hit high in the air down the third base line, but the Mustangs couldn't get to it in time, right along the fence line. So foul ball strike there for Kaylee Sightbolt, and the count at 0-1.
Yeah, that would have been a tough play for anybody. You've got the left fielder, Rambo, kind of shaded more towards left center. She had a long way to go to try to get there for that.
So 0-1 from Senge to Sightbolt to again enter the game. 556 average, a homer, and 18 RBIs. Takes that pitch on the outside corner to even up the count at 1-1.
Sightbolt not showing any signs of that hand still bothering her after catching that pitch off of it.
1-1 now. Senge to Sightbolt. Swing and a miss. Count at 1-2. We have some fishing rods out there, Tony, in the outfield as well on this nice Friday evening.
Got a bunch of kids out there trying to catch dinner, maybe.
Yes. 1-2 now. Senge to Kaylee Sightbolt. Fastball nub foul on the left side. Count remains 1-2.
Catch one of those marlin out there.
Yes.
In Lake Hutchy.
Have you fished out there before?
Oh, when I was a kid.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
So many rods and reels at home?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't done it for quite a while.
Nice pitch on the way high. Missing there to Sightbolt.
Yeah, probably.
Even up the count at 2-2.
Probably not patient enough.
Yes.
You know, I can see you fishing. You'd be fishing with a shotgun or something. There's no way you'd sit there and wait.
2-2 on the way, and that one sent right up the middle into center field. So a one-out single from Kaylee Sightbolt, and Belle Vernon's in business here in the top half of the fourth inning.
Yeah.
I would have some issues there.
Oh, you think? You think?
Come on already. Jump into my bait.
That's it. Be going out with a net like you're catching shrimp, trying to catch fish.
Bailey Hayes coming in the plate. She grounded out 1-3. First time up, showing bunt, pulls back, pitch miss. Runner going, throw down a second, not in time. Stolen base for Kaylee Sightbolt.
Sightbolt picked a good pitch to run on.
Yes, she did.
That ball was kind of inside. So now the runner in scoring position for Belle Vernon again.
Hayes at the plate representing the game-tying run. 1-0 pitch, little riser, missed high, 2-0.
Hayes will be followed by Grisnick.
And Senge has done a nice job getting out of jams so far this season as well for the Mustangs.
Yeah, we saw that too, even in the Uniontown game. A couple errors hurt her there, but outside of that, she threw a pretty nice game.
2-0, swing and a miss, counting out 2-1. And the Mustangs just seem like they're playing at a different level of confidence here tonight against Belle Vernon.
I'll tell you what, too, it's interesting. It almost looks like Senge steps it up a notch once he knows that she's got to get out of a jam.
Yeah. Likes a little pressure.
Yeah, she's impressive.
Gets a swing and a miss there from Hayes to even up the count at 2-2. Yeah, has a very high level of concentration. You can tell just by her dynamics out there on the mound. And no actual circle here with the artificial surface. 2-2 toss. That one missed high. We're full of 3-2.
Now, this is a situation where she probably hasn't been in a whole lot.
I agree.
With a full count. Doesn't walk too many batters.
And didn't pitch varsity last year. She told us during the Ringgold game that was her first varsity win back in March. 3-2 pitch missed there for ball 4. Rare walk issued there for Senge. I believe just her third of the season. Came in 80 strikeouts to 2 walks.
Wow.
Gives up one there to Hayes to give the Leopards 2 on with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. They get a 2-0 Laurel Highlands lead. You have Grisnick at the plate. She singled last time up, now playing second base.
Now, Belle Vernon left runners on second base in the first and second inning. Now with 2 runners aboard.
Grisnick's bunt attempt there goes foul. She has good speed. Came into the game with a .263 average and 7 RBIs. Time now called. We talked a little strategy here with Grisnick.
Trying to figure out where she wants to drop this bunt down. He had Howe covering third base there from the shortstop position. You had Cavalier charging. I didn't notice if Kamaka was charging or not.
You have Tom Rodriguez, who's been around the block, Belle Vernon's head coach. A couple of Rodriguez's were great soccer players for Belle Vernon a few years back. Wonder if they're any relation. Next pitch here to Grisnick. Sent foul again.
Yeah, that was
2 strikes on her.
That was a pretty high pitch to try to get down right there. Yeah.
1 out here in the inning.
Yeah, Coach Rodriguez telling her the same thing. Make it be in the strike zone.
Mustangs still up 2-0. A 2 on here for Belle Vernon. 2-strike pitch popped up. We might have a play on it here, Tone. Don't lead back too far, buddy.
Nope.
That one bounces behind
No,
us.
I'm not about to fall off of the dugout. I would have tried to make the catch, but arm wasn't long enough.
It's been an eventful night so far. You had a chair go down on you. I had a bird on me.
Yeah. I'd rather a chair go down on me than a bird come down on.
Here we go again. 2 strikes here on Grisnick. Pitch was low. That'll allow runners to advance here for Belle Vernon with Seipold down to third and Hayes into second.
Yeah, no, big situation. Really could use a strikeout here. You've got Emily Bird waiting on deck. Freshman hitting .308, but trying to get rid of Grisnick here instead of loading the bases.
1-2 toss. Fouled off again. I kind of played ping pong there at the telephone poles. Count remains 1-2.
I thought it was going to ricochet our way there for a minute.
You got to stay alive up here. We've seen a couple of screamers here doing little games in the past.
I've actually caught a couple.
Have you?
Yeah.
1-2 again. That one's low. They're going to try to go home. Play at the plate. It's close. And out at home is Seipold. Making the tag was McClelland.
Wow. She did a great job getting that ball and jumping back into play. That was a beautiful tag. Great job by McClellan to catch, just to figure out where the ball was at behind her and then get it. Beautiful tag.
Yeah, bang, bang play goes the Mustangs' way. And now 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. You have Hayes now down at third. Next pitch misses inside. I think we're full now, 3-2 from Senge to Grisnick.
Yeah, that was a huge play, and it was close.
Now your first base open, so a little more room to work here for Laurel Highlands. And Grisnick with a hit, and that's going to drop fair down the first base line. It will score Hayes. And into second with a stand-up double, Maddie Grisnick. Grisnick picks up her 8th RBI of the season. And Belle Vernon back to within 1 at 2-1. And how big was that out at home earlier, Tom?
I was just going to say the same thing. We'd have had a tie game right now. But Grisnick picks up the RBI. Her 8th of the year. Cuts the deficit in half, 2-1.
Now Emily Bird coming to the plate now with Grisnick in scoring position. First pitch here to Bird, nub foul, count 0-1.
And again, in on the hands. And Bird, I'm not so sure how she got a bat on it.
They're working here top of the 4th inning. Laurel Highlands a 2-1 lead over Belle Vernon. Emily Bird, the freshman, standing in. 0-1 pitch. Another riser, swing and a miss. Now 2 strikes on Bird, who struck out first time up back in the 2nd inning.
And Senge looking to straighten another runner at second.
Now 2 strikes here on Emily Bird. The toss, swing and a miss, strike 3. So Senge returns to form. Sends down Bird to end this top half of the 4th inning. Belle Vernon does get one back. It's 2-1 Laurel Highlands over Belle Vernon. Headed to the home half of the 4th here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Night.
Why move? Grow into the home you love and transform your space with First Federal of Greene County. They offer home equity loans, home equity lines of credit, and FHA Title I home improvement loans, all to keep your roots planted where you want to be. Visit a loan officer today or lock in your rate before the market heats up and apply online anytime at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
The Sea Harbor Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valet. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy.
Looking for a great place to eat in Uniontown? Stop by Casey's Sports Cafe, located at 243 South Mount Vernon Avenue and proudly owned by the Vernon family. Casey's is open Monday and Friday from 7 to 3, Tuesday through Thursday 7 to 7, and Saturday and Sunday 7 to 2. Come check out their new items and delicious entrees. And remember, Casey's can cater your next event. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Casey's is the place to eat. Call 724-550-4126.
Peyton Rambo leading off the home half of the fourth here for Laurel Highlands. It'll be Rambo, McClellan, and Spielman for the Mustangs, who lead it 2-1. So we're halfway home.
Yeah, and you get, again, this is going to be the first time that they see Crawford on the mound.
Maddie Grisnick started for Belle Vernon. Crawford came in during that bottom of the third inning. Misses there low to Rambo.
Yeah, it looks like Crawford throws a little bit harder than Grisnick did.
Deep breath there from Crawford. Toes the rubber again. And that pitch misses low to Rambo.
And didn't miss by much.
Be 2-1 here, Tony?
2-1.
Rambo, Mustang Jr. left fielder. Had an infield single and scored a run. First time up. Crawford's 2-1 now to Rambo. This low again, 3-1. These Mustangs will try to get to Lily Crawford here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Yeah, she's pretty good eye at the plate right now for Rambo. Those pitches were close.
3-1 fouled off. That'll bring us 4-3-2. Got a busy week for us next week here on WMBS. I mentioned both the Laurel Highlands baseball and softball teams at West Mifflin on Monday. We'll have the baseball game for you on Monday, and then the baseball team for the Mustangs back at home Tuesday at 4. We'll have that Uniontown Laurel Highlands softball game for you on Wednesday as Rambo walks here for the Mustangs to lead off the bottom of the fourth inning. And the Mustangs could use a little bit of insurance here, Tone, up 2-1.
They definitely can. At least try to get back that run they gave up in the top of the fourth.
Liv McClellan now coming to the plate. She flew out to left fielder Addie Newman. First time up in the second inning.
Yeah, we might have might be a little chilly in West Mifflin for us on Monday night.
Yeah, temperature's supposed to dip tomorrow night into Sunday.
I think they're calling for like mid-30s Monday night.
Showing bunt as McClellan lays it down, goes back to the pitcher Crawford, just goes over to first on the fielder's choice 1-3 to advance Rambo down to second. So good sacrifice there from McClellan. And the Mustangs a runner in scoring position with one out here in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, and a very good job. Actually a pretty nice play there by Crawford, but had no choice, no chance to get Rambo at second base. And now a runner in scoring position for the Mustangs.
Aubrey Spielman coming to the plate. Spielman with a walk last time up. Playing second base here this evening for Laurel Highlands. Crawford's first pitch to Spielman, missed low for ball one. Yes. See how aggressive McClellan, check that Rambo, gets on the base paths.
Well, probably not too aggressive, I wouldn't think. But Spielman, as you said, walked the first time, got stranded at third base.
That one high to Spielman. And the Mustang dugout continuing to talk it up here tonight as well. Again, they've been very vocal, playing with a lot of confidence. It's shown on the field as well as they lead Belle Vernon 2-1. And then a called strike there to Spielman. Just caught the corner.
Crawford with a lot more motion than we've seen the other pitchers.
Yeah, Grisnick
it's kinda,
earlier.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting how it almost like she's got a little hitch in there.
This ball grounded and through on the right side. Rambo rounds third. She will score. The Mustangs get the run back, and they lead it 3-1. RBI single for Aubrey Spielman, her fourth RBI of the season, driving in Peyton Rambo.
Yeah, and perfectly placed right between the first and second baseman, made it to right field, and good speed there by Rambo. She was able to score easily. Now the Mustangs up 3-1.
Izzy Coleman had a big 2 RBI single last time up back in the second inning, producing the first 2 runs of the game for the Mustangs. And she's at the plate with Spielman on first, a run already across and 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch swinging, sending it foul into the fencing.
Yeah, nice cut there by Coleman. Yeah, she had a really good at-bat the last time up. And you're right, singled in the 2 runs for the Mustangs in that second inning. And now trying to keep the parade going.
So Crawford again back on the rubber. Next pitch just missed there. It's a Coleman to even up the count at 1-1. Coleman, Mustang Jr. Now 5 RBIs on the season. Came into the game with a .333 average. 1-1 toss. Called strike right at the knees. Count now 1-2.
Third base coach saying, it's okay. You still got another strike coming. It's okay. Don't panic.
She certainly didn't panic last time up.
No, she didn't.
1-2, pitch hit on the ground. Good play there from Hayes. Goes to second to get the lead runner, Spielman, for the second out of the inning.
Hayes, pretty nice arm over there, Brian. She made a great throw to second base.
She's been busy all evening.
Yes, she has.
Now the top of the order in Kayla Howell. Howell 0 for 2. Certainly due. Came into the game with a .269 average, a homer and 2 RBIs. Mustang senior shortstop trying to make her senior night memorable here in Hopwood.
Well, back to the left side here now.
Mustang lead back up to 2, a 3-1, and that one, little one hopped over to short. Tough play there from Seipel, and she has no play. Good speed from Kayla Howe, beating it out as that ball died here on the infield turf. And Howe with an infield single, now 2 on, 2 outs for the Mustangs, up 3-1.
Yeah, it died on the turf, but the thing of it was interesting. It looked like the second baseman charged on the ball as well, thought it was coming their way. So now 2 runners on for the only other senior in the lineup, Harley Durda.
And Durda, like Howe, entering this at-bat at 0 for 2. Time called here by the home plate umpire.
And not sure what's going on here.
Trying to see below us what's going on. If Carl has a view, anything over there, kind of out of our range, we can't see what's directly below us from where we're positioned here above the first base dugout. I think we get a courtesy runner.
Right. Yeah, I think that's what's happening.
Coming out to run here, Gianna Miller, who was the flex player for Laurel Highlands.
Right.
So Miller is going to run here for Spielman. Is that correct, Tony?
Yes. Or no, I'm sorry, for Coleman.
For Coleman, excuse me.
Yep,
yeah, you're right.
For Coleman, I'm sorry.
So Miller to run for Coleman. Flex running for the DP. And at the plate there is Durda. And Durda didn't go around there. Pitch missed low for ball 1.
Durda's flown out twice, once to the third baseman and once to the fence where Seipolt made a nice catch in foul territory here last time up.
1-0 toss low again. Good block there from Ava Jones. Counted 2-0. So now you have Miller on second. Howell on first. Mustangs up 3-1. Adding another run here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Durda, the 6th Mustang, to bat here in this half inning. Takes another pitch low there from Lily Crawford, who's on in relief of Maddie Grisnick, pitching here for Belle Vernon.
They have 3-0 count now. I'm going to guess that Durda's taken all the way.
2 on, 2 outs. A walk here would load the bases. 3-0 pitch, and this ball popped foul on the right side. That's the second time in this game we've seen a Mustang batter. Senge did it earlier with a 3-0 count, swinging away.
I'll tell you what I know about girls softball.
Maybe a little more aggressive than playing baseball.
Yeah, must be. Yeah, I know we saw Senge also with the 3-0 count. She had the green light with 2 outs in that first inning for the Mustangs.
Now the 3-1 on the way, high for ball 4, and that'll load up the bases. And sometimes it does make sense, though, Tony, to swing in those situations because you know you're probably going to get your pitch.
Well, you know you're going to get a strike. I mean, you hope.
Yeah. If you're going to be that aggressive, and now Peyton Senge already a couple home runs so far this season. 304 average entering the game, 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. And the table set for her here, Tony, with the bases loaded and 2 outs here in the inning. She's the 7th Mustang to bat here in the bottom of the 4th. We're going to have a little infield meeting here on the Belle Vernon side. Let's see if they'll stick with Lily Crawford or make another change.
I think they're going to leave her in. I think they're just trying to set the defense here, calm her down a little bit with 2 outs.
We saw that bases loaded situation as well for the Mustangs in the bottom of the 2nd inning when Coleman came through with a 2 RBI single. That was also with 2 outs.
Right.
After Spielman walked. So very similar to that 4th inning. And the Leopards will stick with Crawford here. With Senj at the plate. And the bases loaded for Laurel Highlands. Mustangs lead at 3-1, bottom of the 4th inning.
Senj, 2 homers on the year. We saw one down at Bailey Park. And you can only imagine how she'd like to hit one here.
I think her other one came at home against Oakland Catholic. The Mustangs had 5 home runs in that game. First pitch here to Senj, fouled off behind us. Tony tried to make a play on it.
They're testing us. Want to see our fielding skills here.
Yes. Counted 0-1. And Senj also focused at the plate just like she is when she pitches on the Laurel Highlands side. 0-1 now. Crawford to Senj. And she kind of chased after that one. That pitch would have been low. But now she's behind 0-2.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, you see left fielder Addie Newman getting closer to the line over there. She's expecting Senj to pull the ball down the line. She's kind of snuck over there.
Maybe knowing some tendencies pitches they might have watched in film.
Yeah.
And she's going right over to the line. Now the 0-2 pitch. And Senj laid off that one. Pitch didn't miss by much. Count at 1-2.
Tough pitch to take. You still have the corners playing one step in front of the bag, both Bird and Hayes at 1st and 3rd for the Belle Vernon Leopards.
And Newman starts to rotate over just as Crawford delivers. 1-2 here, and Senj fouls it off into the fence. Count remains 1-2.
Yeah, keep fouling it off until she gets the pitch she wants to drive.
We're starting to see some long shadows now with the sun beginning to set. Sunset just after 8 o'clock tonight. I don't know if we get to see the lights or not here, Tony.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to say.
And that ball ripped by Senj down that 3rd base line and just got around Addie Newman. That'll score a couple of runs. In fact, it's going to clear the bases for Laurel Highlands and a head-first slide into 3rd from Peyton Senj. That's a 3 RBI triple for the Mustangs.
Yeah, and exactly. And it's kind of interesting. We said how Newman was shading to the line, and obviously she knew what Senj was going to do, but just didn't get over there in time. And that ball got past her right down the line, went all the way to the fence, and all 3 runners scoring, and Senj with a triple. And now extends the lead even further for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs.
Yeah, the courtesy runner Miller score along with Howell and Durda. And now with those 3 runs tacked on, it's 6-1 Mustangs. They lead by 5 as we work here in the bottom of the 4th with Chloe Kamako coming to the plate. Kamako swings and misses at the first pitch from Lily Crawford. That certainly gives the Mustangs a little breathing room here this afternoon. But don't forget, the Leopards certainly put up a lot of runs so far this season.
Yeah, and you're right. I forgot about the first run that they scored in this inning. I said 5, but it should be 6.
Yeah, it is 6-1.
So now Durda with a huge hit, and now just has to pick up 9 outs to pick up a win for the Mustangs.
It's Spielman's RBI single that scored Rambo earlier on in the inning, and now 2 strikes here on Chloe Kamako. With Senj down at 3rd. And the Mustangs a 5-run lead.
Well,
and now Crawford trying to get out of the inning with a strikeout here, but Kamako stays alive, fouling it off. 8 Mustangs have batted here in the bottom of the 4th.
And Kamako trying to pick up her 11th RBI of the year, and it would be huge right now.
And we mentioned how long this win would go for the Mustangs. They would have swept the season series with Belle Vernon, certainly put themselves in a great position for their first playoff appearance since 2013. But Kamako will strike out here to end the inning, but still a big inning for the Mustangs. They score 4 runs here in the bottom of the 4th, and after 4, it's 6-1. Laurel Highlands over Belle Vernon here on the CR Prado Group High School Sports Night.
Your health is the most important thing to you. When you need physical therapy, find the best clinic to serve you. Movement Physiotherapy, now located off Route 40 on Pedro Drive, west of Uniontown, understands this and wants to help ease the stress. Tyler Gasick has over 10 years of experience helping people improve their health with physical therapy and is ready to help you. Tyler's from the Uniontown area and is committed to helping improve his community. To schedule your appointment, phone 724-912-PTPT or visit Movement Physiotherapy online at movementpp.com.
The Laurel Highlands softball boosters would like to thank the following businesses for their support this season: O.C. Cluss Lumber, Williams HVAC, Guthrie's Plumbing, Famous Supply, Chips Residential, Red's Mechanical, Board Bencheck and Associates, Highway Pizza, Cherokee Fur and Recycling, and Peck's Auto.
Why move? Grow into the home you love and transform your space with First Federal of Greene County. They offer home equity loans, home equity lines of credit, and FHA Title I home improvement loans, all to keep your roots planted where you want to be. Visit a loan officer today or lock in your rate before the market heats up and apply online anytime at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
Prime Rozak, Tony Hanola back here in Hopwood. We're going to thank our video stream sponsors tonight, M&R Transit, Bright Stripe Seal Coating and Line Striping, and also a special thanks to Three Rivers Mortgage and Applebee's for their support as well. High school softball, Laurel Highlands and Belle Vernon moving to the top of the fifth. The Mustangs on top 6-1, and Paisley Hibner with a first pitch, a little bunt going in Senja's direction. Tough play, but fires it over in time to Chloe Kamako to retire Hibner. 1-3 for the first out of this top half of the fifth.
Well, that was a great job by Senj. That ball actually had a lot of backspin on it.
Yep.
It kind of spun away from her, but she was able to corral it, get it over to first base just in time to get Hibner. So great play by Senj, and she's really done a nice job on the mound so far here today.
I agree, Tony. Just rolling right along. And now Lily Crawford coming to the plate. Crawford was the designated player, now pitcher for the Belle Vernon Leopards. Struck out swinging first time up.
Yeah, that's the fourth assist so far tonight by Senj.
That pitch a little low. 1-0 Senj to Crawford. Senj so far here tonight, 6 strikeouts, going against just 1 walk. The 1 walk, though, ended up coming around a score for Belle Vernon. Hayes back in the fourth, and this ball popped up and caught by the Mustang catcher, Liv McClellan, for the second out of the inning. So a rare F2, Tony, and 2 away here in the top half of the fifth.
Yeah, and a really nice play there as well by McClellan. Came straight out of the box, able to pick up the ball and make the catch. So good job.
It has to be tough in that position as well to pull up that mask and find the ball right away.
Yeah.
Especially with a low sun. She has the shades on, though.
Well, yeah, but the thing of it was she didn't even take the mask off. She didn't have time. That ball was not very high.
Now back to the top of the order. Addie Newman takes the first pitch for ball 1 here from Senj. Newman infield single and stole a base back in the first. Ended up getting stranded, then grounded out 1-3 in the third.
And Luis said one of 4 players so far for Belle Vernon to ground out to the pitcher, Senj.
And the lefty, and the 1-0 counts, went through that one, even up the count at 1-1. Senj brought a little more heat with that delivery.
Well, I think she was expecting Newman to try to drag that down the third baseline. Oddly enough, Cavalier not playing in a whole lot.
1-1 on the way, off-speed pitch there, nub foul, counting out 1-2. The Mustangs a strike away from a 1-2-3 top half of the fifth.
Yeah, now she's kind of creeping in a little bit, maybe about 1 step in front of the bag. But now with 2 strikes, you're going to have protection here.
And that's a called strike 3 to end the inning as Newman goes down. So Newman just 1 for 3 today, came into the game with a .642 average and a 1-2-3 top half of the fifth. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Laurel Highlands on top of Belle Vernon. High school softball 6-1 here in the South Union Township Sports Network, WMBS, and YouTube Live.
Looking to buy a home or refinance? Trust the experts at Three Rivers Mortgage Services, proudly serving Fayette and Westmoreland counties for over 25 years. For all your home loan needs, call Ron Conti today at 412-292-8507 for experience you can count on.
Good times and good food. It's all at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Family owned and operated. Potters has been a staple in the Uniontown community since 1950. So get out of the house and make your next night out at Potters Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Call them up at 724-438-9835. That's 724-438-9835. Or visit Potters on Facebook. We'll see you at Potters.
Attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt at Watson Mundorf LLP wish the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and all of our local teams the best of luck this year. Watson Mundorf is a premier regional law firm whose experience and expertise empower it to not only be an advocate for its clients, but also provide them with exceptional service to exceed expectations. With offices in Uniontown and Connellsville, they are local and here to serve you. Call 724-626-8882 for attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt.
Emmy Cavalier leading off this bottom half of the fifth for the Mustangs, taking ball one high from Lily Crawford. Cavalier walked and scored a run in the second inning, flew out back in the third. Mustangs coming through the lineup for the third time in this game. They sent 8 to the plate in the bottom half of the fourth inning, scoring 4 runs. Cavalier takes that pitch for a strike to even up the count at 1-1. Cavalier came into the game, .238 average, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs. Junior playing third base here tonight. Crawford now set with a 1-1.
Ooh.
A called strike takes it to 1-2.
Yeah, that was a great pitch right there. Just caught the outside corner. Beautiful pitch.
Now Crawford with a 1-2. That one nub foul there by Emmy.
That ball
count remains 1-2.
That ball had a lot of spin on it, Brian. You see that ball actually hit behind the plate, spun out in front, and then spun out of play.
Yeah, this artificial surface, you see the spin take more effect than it would on the natural grass or even the dirt on the infield.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Another 1-2 off-speed pitch is missed on the outside. Count now even at 2-2. You had more Laurel Highlands softball on the air Wednesday against Uniontown, 4 o'clock start. Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show on the air at 3:40, both on the radio and on YouTube Live. 2-2, little high, and we go full with 3-2.
Yeah, good eye there. Almost tried to pull the trigger on that high pitch.
Monday's LH West Mifflin baseball game, Facebook, or check that YouTube only. YouTube only, as we'll have action with the Penguins game, 2 on the radio, and that's going to be ball 4. The Mustangs a base runner to start this bottom half of the fifth.
Yeah, Emmy Cavalier all of a sudden at first base. That's a third walk issued so far by Crawford. That's going to bring up Peyton Rambo.
Rambo on base in both of her plate appearances. In fact, has scored 2 of the 6 Mustang runs in this game. Infield single, scored a run in the second. Walk, scored a run in the fourth. It's been productive in both plate appearances so far this evening. 1 on here, nobody out. Rambo showing bunt, and that ball was caught in the air by Hayes, who throws back to first to turn the double play, getting Cavaliers halfway down to second.
That was beautiful play. Hayes charging on that bunt and able to dive out and make the beautiful catch, and then with the awareness to get up and make the throw.
It goes a 5-3 double play. Quickly 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth with Liv McClellan coming to the plate. Flew out back in the second, sacrificed in the fourth. Leopards needed that, Tony, just to get a little juice going back in their direction.
I'm impressed with Hayes' defense at third base, that's for sure. She's had a great game.
First pitch low to McClellan. You go back to the first inning, Hayes had all 3 going her way, 3 straight F5s. Also assisted on 1 back in the fourth, and that one turned into double play. She's recorded 6 outs defensively in this game. This ball fouled off there by McClellan, even up the count at 1-1. I would recommend parking close by this field. This game going on. There's a lot of balls around.
Oh, yeah.
Over here, and the action's going on.
This is true.
I'm about 1,000 feet away out there in deep right. This ball ripped by McClellan into center, but getting under, making the catch there, Bella Williams for the 3rd out of the inning. So after the double play, Mustangs get retired in order here in the home half of the fifth. They lead it 6-1 after 5 here on the CR Piranha Group High School Sports Night.
The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are proud residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and more. Experienced therapists providing quality rehabilitation close to home. Convenient hours, accessible location, all major insurances accepted. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access. 724-437-7500.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to SproulsInsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all.
The best pizza in town is at Little E's El Ultra, Uniontown's newest restaurant, with all the organic crust, classic or gluten-free, all organic sauces, all natural meats and toppings, and a variety of specialty pizzas, including vegan options. More than pizza, Little E's has hearty homemade soups, appetizers, calzones, and strombolis, plus a variety of salads with vegan and gluten-free options, and new 15-inch big hoagies. Open Wednesday and Thursday, 11 to 9, Friday and Saturday until 9:30. Phone 724-880-6012, or stop in a Little East, 7 West South Street, across from the parking garage.
Back here in Hopwood, Brian Morozak alongside Tony Hanola. Laurel Highlands up 6-1 over Belle Vernon. Watching the Mustangs as loose as they are, Tony, they're watching Savannah Bananas here in between innings.
They're having a
dancing,
good time.
they're loose, they're having fun tonight. I mean, this team is on fire tonight. They're having fun. It's senior night, and they're up 5 at 6-1.
It's fun to watch.
Oh, yep.
It has been fun
I
to
haven't
watch.
seen a team in any sport play this loose in quite some time. That is for sure.
Yeah.
And the girls are having a good time. They're leading, looking for the school's first playoff berth since 2013.
They're going to have the boom box at every game.
Yes. Leading off this top half of the sixth, Brooke Hugland swings and misses the first pitch from Senj. They play this good, maybe move the rest of the home games down here at Hopwood. You got 2 conference games left at home, Wednesday and Friday. That one chopped back to Senj. Hard throw over to first in time there to Kamako to retire Hugland 1-3 for the first out of this top half of the sixth inning. It's hitters 2, 3, and 4 for Belle Vernon here in the top half of the sixth. Just saw Hugland, Ava Jones, and Kaylee Sightbolt also due up this inning as Jones comes to the plate. Freshman catcher 0 for 2 so far tonight, but she's due batting .442 with 12 RBIs.
Exactly. We said a lot of RBIs in the middle of this lineup for Belle Vernon, but fortunately, Senj has been able to keep them off base pretty much. Stranded 3 runners, but still.
Missed on the first pitch there to Ava Jones. Count at 1-0. The way the games are spaced out next week, they can probably get Senj to go all 3 as Jones rips that one, and it'll drop in the gap in right center as the relay comes in there from Durda. And a 1-out single there for Ava Jones, her first hit of the evening. As Belle Vernon looks for a little rally back down to their final 5 outs tonight.
And down to 5 is right.
Now Kaylee Sightbolt coming to the plate. She's 1 for 2. Singled and stole a base. The Mustangs actually got her out at home in a close play, but they granted McClellan's tag. So this one high in the air to center, getting under, making the catch. That was a tough play there from Durda, but able to make it in deep center for the second out of this top half of the sixth.
Yeah, I have a feeling that if Seapolt would have pulled that ball down the left field line, it might have been out of here, but straight away center field, the deepest part of the park.
Now Maylee Hayes coming to the plates. 1 on, 2 outs. Mustangs up 5. First pitch here to Hayes, called strike. Throw down to second, stolen base there for Jones as she gets in a scoring position. But the Leps, a lot of ground to make up late here, Tony.
Yeah, well, you're down to your final 4 outs. And right now, Senj will watch her kind of turn it up a notch here, I guarantee it.
That one, little riser, but missed. But brought a lot of velocity with that toss.
Yeah, she just knows that she knows when she's got to step it up a little bit.
Yeah, she is a gamer. On the mound for the Mustangs, got a big time swing and a miss there from Hayes. And now the Leopards certainly in a tough spot. You mentioned they'll just have one conference game remaining. A loss here drops them to 5-6 in conference play. Win-win improves the Mustangs to 5-4. So they would actually be even, and that's going to be called strike three. It is called strike three. After a little discussion, Hayes goes down, inning over the left strand Jones, and we go to the home half of the sixth with Laurel Highlands up 6-1 here in the C.R. Bronner Group High School Sports Night.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
I'm Bill Martin, partner at Radcliffe Martin Law. Did you know our office handles claims for people hurt at work? If you are injured at your job, you have certain rights under the Pennsylvania Workers' Compensation Act that your employer may not advise you of or simply disregard. Those would include rights to wage loss and medical benefits due to your injury. We help injured workers to make sure they receive the benefits they're entitled to by law. Call us at 724-439-3939. Radcliffe Martin Law, your local injury attorneys.
In a world of big corporations and interpersonal experiences, there's something truly special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and a commitment to putting families first. And we're not stopping anytime soon. Our commitment to excellent sales and service remains stronger than ever. Visit us today and experience the Mike Kelly Automotive difference. Because when you buy from us, you buy from family.
Hitters 8, 9, and 1, 2 up for the Mustangs here in the home half of the sixth. Aubrey Spielman, Izzy Coleman, and Kayla Howe as the Mustangs try to tack on to their 5-run lead at 6-1 here over the Belle Vernon Leopards. Brian Morozak alongside Tony Hanola, Carl Childs behind the camera on our YouTube live video feed, and Nick Barczyk back inside our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios. Appreciate you joining us for some Friday night high school softball action here on our YouTube page and on WMBS.
Yeah, we're seeing a good one.
Again, you look at the standings, you'd have the Mustangs and the Leopards even in the win column, with Laurel Highlands holding the head-to-head and the Mustangs having 3 games remaining, the Leopards having 1. So Laurel Highlands could conceivably clinch a playoff spot, winning one of their final 3 next week, or having Belle Vernon lose their remaining game this season. As the first pitch from Lily Crawford, low and outside there to Aubrey Spielman. And we'll check to see who the Leopards...
Well, Belle Vernon has Elizabeth Forward.
That's going to be a tough game for them to win.
Yeah, extremely. Well, they lost 10-0 to Elizabeth Forward back on April 2nd.
So it basically put the Mustangs' magic number at 1.
Yeah.
Either would pick up a win next week over one of their 3 games, or have Belle Vernon lose to Elizabeth Forward, and Laurel Highlands would find themselves in the WPIAL playoffs for the first time since 2013. Yep. That's how big the win tonight is to sweep the season series over the Leopards, as Spielman pulls off of that one. And it's a 2-0 count, actually 3-0 count here from Crawford to Spielman.
Well, one thing we did mention, that they've got 3 tough games.
Yes.
They're playing West Mifflin twice and Uniontown, so it's going to be tough.
That's a 4-pitch walk issued there to Spielman. Give the Mustangs a base runner here to start the home half of the 6th, and Izzy Coleman has had a couple of productive at-bats for the Mustangs, 2 RBI single. Back in the second, hit into a fielder's choice, but her courtesy runner, Gianna Miller, scored a run in the 4th.
Yeah, I was talking to Gianna's dad here in between there, Chris Miller. Yelled up at me.
No surprise, Tony, a lot of folks know you down here in Hopwood.
I'm the mayor of Hopwood.
Yes,
right?
of course, we know that.
Yes.
You don't have to tell us. We've seen all the photos. You've seen you in front of the mayor's office.
Yeah. You and Soup gave me that name, so
yes,
got to live up to it.
Yes. First pitch here, it's a Izzy Coleman foul back. Actually, it's going to be Miller batting here.
Yeah, Miller batting. Yep.
After that switch. So Gianna Miller batting in this position here for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs.
Only a sophomore, batting 176. 4 RBIs on the year.
0-1, that's low and in the dirt, evens up the count at 1-1. With Spielman on first and nobody out, the Mustangs up 5 as we work here in the bottom of the 6th. When is that Belle Vernon Elizabeth Ford game next week, Tony? 1-1 here, sent foul there by Miller.
Hold on here, Brian. It is the 20th.
That's Monday.
It's Monday.
The Mustangs could clinch Monday, either a win at West Mifflin or a Belle Vernon loss to Elizabeth Forward. Then you're just playing for seeding, which is certainly important as well over the final week. That ball low and in the dirt. It's so odd, though, and Gary and I were talking about this a little bit earlier in the week as well. The girls' softball playoffs still won't start till mid-May. They're going to have like 2.5, 3 weeks of non-conference games before the playoffs start. It is one of the oddest.
What are they waiting for, the Olympics or something?
Yeah, it's one of the oddest situations I've seen to end the conference season this early as Miller goes down, and then wait basically 3 weeks to start the playoffs.
Yeah, that's
because the Mustangs will play their final conference game next Friday. You figure Belle Vernon, they're playing their final conference game Monday, and that game the Mustangs are playing Friday against West Mifflin is actually a makeup game.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. I was looking. So they have Elizabeth Forward. They also play Thomas Jefferson, Ligonier Valley, and Latrobe.
Yeah, they're all non-conference games.
Great.
Though.
But
you got to stay. You got to stay in tune, though.
No doubt.
You just can't sit for 3 weeks.
Oh, I know.
If you're waiting for a possible playoff spot.
But it's crazy.
But even if Belle Vernon, and this is the other thing to look at, is this one fouled off on the left side from Howe. Obviously, we're looking at the head-to-head between Laurel Highlands and Belle Vernon for the Mustangs getting in, but Belle Vernon could also worry about the head-to-head with Uniontown, who's also entering play today at 4-4.
Right.
So there's still a lot of dynamics to look at there as well, as far as Uniontown and Belle Vernon determining the final playoff spot in the conference. And there's Howe ripping that one deep, and that will get over the head of the left fielder, Addie Newman. Spielman goes into third. She's going to round third, play at the plate, and the throw is offline. Spielman scores. Howe off the throw, gets down to third. So we'll give Howe an RBI double. That'll be her third RBI of the season, and Laurel Highlands increases their lead to 7-1.
Yeah, and a big hit, actually one of those slap hits, but able to get it up in the air and hit it over Newman's head. She was playing in a little bit. A nice job hitting there by the senior Howe.
And Tony, you had Belle Vernon's season-to-date results up. What was their head-to-head with Uniontown? That's going to be big as well, determining playoff positioning with Dirt at the plate now for the Mustangs, taking the first pitch for strike one, with Howe now down at third, and it's a 7-1 lead.
They lost to Uniontown 13-4.
And also lost 5-1. So Uniontown with a season series win there. So if they would tie as well, Belle Vernon would lose any tiebreakers. So things really looking good for not only Laurel Highlands, but Uniontown to make the postseason. The Mustangs kind of doing Uniontown a little bit of a favor here as well, knocking off Belle Vernon today.
Yeah, right.
Again, Uniontown's been in the playoffs the last 3 years. Laurel Highlands hasn't been in since 2013. Next pitch there to Durda, just off the plate. It'd certainly be exciting, especially for these two seniors, Howe and Durda. If the Mustangs get in, we'll try to bring you live video here on the WMBS YouTube page at least. But, of course, we have to deal with the WPIAL. We'll see how that works out. As there's Durda, a deep rip to left center, and that's going to be just shy of the water, but over the fence for a Mustang home run for Durda here on senior night.
Wow. Couldn't draw up a better script right there. Picks up 2 RBIs, extends the lead, and picks up her second home run of the year and scores Howe on the play.
So that'll make it, Tony, 9-1. It's an 8-run lead as we work here in the bottom of the 6th. Mustangs get 2 more. Would actually close out the game. Leopards wouldn't even have to bat in the top half of the 7th.
I'll tell you what, she put a jolt into that one. There's no doubt about that. Caught the high pitch and took it out of here deep to left center field.
Second home run of the year for Durda. Crawford's going to remain in the game.
RBIs number 8 and 9.
And the Mustangs now up 9-1.
And, you know, we talked about earlier on, we talked about the Mustangs not having a whole lot of RBIs, but all of a sudden, Durda with 2 tonight, Coleman with 2, and Senge with 3. And they're going to switch pitchers.
We'll take a timeout as well. Pitching change here for the Leopards. Mustangs up 9-1. CL Parada Group High School Sports Night.
Do you need a fast, friendly notary service that is open in the evening? Sandy Howell Notary Services is here for you, offering new PA and West Virginia plates and ready to assist with your vehicle, boat, motorcycle, and ATV registrations and transfers, plate renewals, and more. Serving Fayette County and all surrounding areas, open weekdays from 10 to 8:30 and Saturdays from 9 to 5. Sandy Howell Notary Services, Dry Knob Road, Smithfield. Call 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name.
That sneeze was in a different zip code, and I still felt the germs.
Relax, Randy. I went to Montgomery Medical. I'm fully shielded.
Like a flu shot?
Flu, COVID, the works. If you haven't caught up on your shots yet, they'll get you sorted in minutes. It's basically a suit of armor, but with less clanking. Then do the double shot. After Montgomery Medical, head over to Renew You MediSpa. I got their immunity IV drip.
A MediSpa?
You relax, you hydrate, and you give your immune system a VIP upgrade.
Montgomery Medical, a family tradition of family medicine.
Brian Morozek, Tony Anula back here in Hopwood. New pitcher for Belle Vernon, Leighton Schwab coming on. Third pitcher they've used. Maddie Grisnick got the start. Lily Crawford came on in relief. Now Schwab pitching here for Belle Vernon. We have 1 out. Bottom of the 6th inning. Mustangs up 8 at 9-1. And they have Peyton Senge at the plate. Peyton, a 3 RBI triple for the Mustangs last time up.
Yeah, and all of a sudden this game kind of getting out of hand. And
yep.
Similar to what the Mustangs did down at Belle Vernon. As we said, they were up 1-0 after the first inning, trailing 2-1 after the 4th inning, and then scored 6 runs in the 5th, 6th, and 7th over that period and ended up picking a 7-2 win. But right now, laying the lumber to it 9-1 right now against Belle Vernon.
Yeah, up 8 here at home. He's pitched to Senge in there a little low, even though the count at 1-1. And the sun behind the clouds right now. Tony, starting to get a little dark. Might see those lights pop on here for the final inning.
I was going to say it's going to be pretty close here, is right. Schwab only a freshman.
Senge fouls that one off. Count at 1-2. And for Belle Vernon, if they get to the top of the 7th, remember the Mustangs get 2 more runs here in the 6th. That'll do it. They'll have hitters 6, 7, and 8 due up. Grisnick, Bird, and Hibner. 2 strikes now on Senge. He'll foul another one off into the fence. Count remains 1-2.
Senge 1 for 1 on the day. Hit by a pitch and at first at bat. Caught her foot. Ended up being stranded at first base. And then you said, Brian, a 3 RBI triple to really break the game open.
1-2 again to Senge. Missed high. Count out 2-2. Chloe Camacco due up next for the Mustangs. 4th time through the order for Laurel Highlands already as we work here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-2. Low and outside. 3-2 now to Peyton Senge.
Senge able to work the count full.
Now the 3-2 toss, and Senge with another rip. This one deep to left center, and it'll one hop off the wall. Senge into second with a stand-up double.
She's having an impressive game, no doubt about it.
So Senge for the day. Flew out back in the 1st, hit by a pitch in the 2nd, 3 RBI triple in the 4th, and now a double to left center field here in the 6th. And Chloe Camacco now coming to the plate. She's due, Tony, 0 for 3. Came into the game with a 500 average, a homer, and 10 RBIs. She homers here. That'll do it.
Yeah. Well, you know what, too? You also got to look at Senge on the hill. She's only given up, 5 hits so far today, 8 strikeouts, 1 walk so far on the mound. And then you look at a couple extra base hits today, 3 RBIs. Pretty good day for the sophomore.
Another solid outing.
Camacco, she's got a home run on the season, too. Came in hitting 500, so has not had a hit today, so she's kind of due.
First pitch here to Camacco, fouls it off over our heads, and out of play, look out, and right off the license plate of an Audi. Probably the right place. If you're going to hit that car, that was probably the right place to hit that car.
Yeah.
A little extra protection there at the plate. Probably won't see that little dent if there is one. 0-1, miss low, count at 1-1.
Well, you have to look. Is it one of the old license plates or the new one? They'll be replacing it here pretty soon anyway.
It's a new plate.
Oh, okay.
It is a new plate on that Audi. 1-1 now to Camacco. Missed low again, 2-1. You might be waiting to see if they have to power up those lights.
Yeah.
Hopefully somebody knows how to turn them on down here.
Yeah. Actually, I think I remember how to turn them on from years gone by. I don't know.
2-1 on the way, high, 3-1. Now the runner's going to go, throw down to third. That's not in time as Peyton Senge gets down to third base. Heads up base running there from Senge.
Yeah, you forget I used to spend a lot of time down here, too.
I know.
That's prior to my...
mayoral days?
Well, no, prior to my broadcasting career.
And there's another rip from Chloe Kamako, and falling down in left field there was Newman. Kamako, an RBI single to left, and it's now 10-1 Mustangs.
Yeah, Senge scores easily, and really Newman slipped out there. Maybe the grass is getting a little bit damp, but anyway you look at it, didn't have a play on anybody, so just kept it in front of her and kept Kamako at first. So now it comes up Emmy Cavalier.
Now if you get Kamako to score, again, it will end the game.
Yep, only one out, too.
Cavalier 2 walks, a run scored, also flew out back in the third inning. Stoney said 1 out here in the inning. First pitch to Kamako, low for ball 1. Back on the bag, barely there was Kamako. Wow, it was close.
Yeah, Kamako got a pretty good lead there.
Yeah.
Almost got nailed.
No reason to be too aggressive here.
No.
They're up 9.
Yeah, obviously you want the 10-run rule to be done with, but still.
Emmy Cavalier, big cut there, but came up empty. Emmy, another nice game for the Mustangs. Even without a hit, on base in 2 or 3 plate appearances. Also one of the 9 Mustang runs, that one low and outside.
Well, she hit a shot not last time up, but the plate appearance before that lined out the shortstop Seapolt. But she stung that ball, too.
That ball hit high in the air to shallow right. That will drop. They might be able to get a force out, though, at second. They will, as initially Kamako had to hold it first. That's a rare out recorded from the outfield.
Yeah.
So that would go, what?
It's 9 to 6.
Wow. You're seeing a lot of odd scoring plays in this game.
Yeah, that was 9 to 6. Well, Kamako really couldn't go anywhere. She had to play it halfway.
Yep.
And the way the ball fell, it just came right back up to the right fielder, Hugland, and she was able to throw a strike to second base to get the out.
Now 2 outs here in the inning. Peyton Rambo at the plate, and Rambo takes the first pitch for ball 1, throw back down to first, close there, but Emmy Cavalier able to get back on the bag safely, but got a little turf burn on that elbow.
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt about that. You're going to slide on this turf, you better have pants on, or better not slide head first.
Yes. And that ball from Rambo down the first base line, and that is a fair ball. Rambo on her way to second. They're going to wave Cavalier around, and she will score to end this game on a 10-run rule. And Laurel Highlands will win it in 6 innings by the score of 11-1. And they're going to line it up. That'll do it. So the Mustangs, their magic number to make the WPIAL playoffs is 1, and they win it 11-1 here today. We're back to tell you all about it right after this here on the C. Operato Group High School Sports Tonight.
Go to Ford of Uniontown and trade me in.
It's Jessica Karingala and Joe Malika, and we want you to spring into savings at Ford of Uniontown.
Right now, get a new Ford F-150 with up to $8,000 off MSRP or up to $6,000 off with low financing rates, as low as 2.9 for 60 months and 3.9 for 72 or 84 months.
Looking for something versatile and efficient? Out the Ford Maverick with up to $3,000 off of MSRP.
And don't forget, Ford owners can score additional loyalty savings.
Go to Ford of Uniontown and trade me in.
Inventory is moving fast, so don't wait. Your truck knows, shouldn't you?
Trade me in.
That's Ford of Uniontown on the hill across from Applebee's, 724-425-5980 or FordofUniontown.com.
Price excludes tax and transfer fees. Must finance with Ford credit, and not all buyers will qualify.
Go to 4 to Uniontown and trade me in.
Looking to buy a home or refinance? Trust the experts at Three Rivers Mortgage Services, proudly serving Fayette and Westmoreland counties for over 25 years. For all your home loan needs, call Ron Conti today at 412-292-8507 for experience you can count on.
Uniontown Applebee's is a proud sponsor of Laurel Highlands softball. Stop in after the games for late-night half-price select appetizers. Every night from 9 p.m. until close. Located at 102 Walmart Drive in Uniontown, Applebee's.
The Laurel Highlands softball boosters would like to thank the following businesses for their support this season: O.C. Cluss Lumber, Williams HVAC, Guthrie's Plumbing, Famous Supply, Chips Residential, Red's Mechanical, Board Bencheck and Associates, Highway Pizza, Cherokee Fur and Recycling, and Peck's Auto.
Uniontown Detailing offers an all-inclusive auto care experience. Services include full auto detailing, professional ceramic coatings, window tinting, undercoating, paintless dent repair, and more. Uniontown Detailing has moved to a new location on 255 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. Stop by and check them out today. Best of luck this season to all local teams from Uniontown Detailing.
Your health is the most important thing to you. When you need physical therapy, find the best clinic to serve you. Movement Physiotherapy, now located off Route 40 on Pedro Drive, west of Uniontown, understands this and wants to help ease the stress. Tyler Gasick has over 10 years of experience helping people improve their health with physical therapy and is ready to help you. Tyler's from the Uniontown area and is committed to helping improve his community. To schedule your appointment, phone 724-912-PTPT or visit Movement Physiotherapy online at movementpp.com.
Brian Morozak and Tony Anula back here in Hopwood, 11-1. The Mustangs win it over the Leopards. Tony, for the folks on the radio side, let's get a quick recap.
All right, for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, they scored 11 runs on 10 hits. Committed no errors, and they left 5 men on base, or women on base, I should say. On the other side for Belle Vernon, 1 run on 5 hits. They committed no errors, and they left 4 players on base. Hitting stars today for the Mustangs, Kayla Howe went 2 for 4 with an RBI and a double. You had Harley Durda with a home run. She was 1 for 3, 2 RBIs. Peyton Senge, a double, a triple, and 3 RBIs. And also had Peyton Rambo, who went 2 for 3 and had an RBI as well, and 2 RBIs by Izzy Coleman here tonight as well. So she went 1 for 2 with a single in that second inning that scored 2 runs.
Well, that'll do it for the folks on the radio side. We'll get you out to Pirates baseball. If you're watching on our YouTube page, we're going to talk to the 2 Mustang seniors here in just a moment as well, Harley Durda and Kayla Howe. Again, more Mustang softball on the way on Wednesday. Laurel Highlands hosting Uniontown 4 o'clock, both on the radio and on YouTube. Tony, I'll see you Monday for that Laurel Highlands West Mifflin High School baseball game.
Yeah, we're headed to West Mifflin, and hopefully the Mustangs can pick up a win there as well.
That'll be a 7 o'clock start on the WMBS YouTube page. So folks on the radio side, stay tuned. Pirates baseball on the way next.
You can go.
You okay? You can turn it the other way.
Yeah. Just make sure just back here in Hopwood, for the folks still with us here on the WMBS YouTube page, we're being joined by the two Mustang seniors, Kayla Howe and Harley Durda. And guys, I've watched a lot of games over the years in different sports, but you guys are really loose tonight, and it certainly, I think, really paid forward with the performance tonight, 11-1 over a tough Belle Vernon team.
Yeah, well, we came into the game having really high expectations for this team. We've always competed with Belle Vernon really highly. And I know for me, I came into this game on my senior night and I was like, I got to get it done. And I feel like that's what we saw in the field today. We really came together as a team, and I think we played amazing.
And both of you guys, I think, a memorable senior nights. And Harley, you ended up in the sixth inning, a 2-run home run to left center field. Certainly a night you'll remember.
Yeah, this was honestly probably one of the best nights ever of my softball career. And at first, I feel like we weren't really in it, but then once we started getting our hits right, then we all locked in, and then we did really good.
Yeah, Kayla, you ended up 2 for 4 today. Of course, that big 2 RBI double in the sixth inning as well, along with that infield single and scoring a run in the fourth.
Yes, I went into this game not really knowing what I was going to do at the plate. I'm sure you guys have seen I've been going lefty and righty kind of all over the place, but on that last hit I had, I was just like, this might be the last hit of my senior career. I just got to go out there and give it my all, and I did, and it obviously paid off. So. Well,
this Laurel Highlands softball program has not made the WPIAL playoffs since 2013. Your magic number now is down to 1. You either get a Belle Vernon loss or win in any of your 3 games next week. You're in the WPIAL playoffs. As a senior, what does it mean to both of you?
It means, honestly, a really lot. We've all been working really hard for it, and if we make it, we're all going to be really happy.
Kayla?
It really means the world to me. I am really, really hoping that we just go out and absolutely giving our all next week, because we have never been in a playoff game nor got to see anybody that makes it to the playoffs. So I'm really, really hoping that we can go out and really perform next week.
Well, girls, again, congratulations tonight, 11-1 over Belle Vernon. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's Mustang seniors Kayla Howe and Harley Durda joining us. Again, Laurel Highlands, an 11-1 win over the Belle Vernon Leopards tonight. Again, thanks to everyone who joined us both on the radio and on YouTube. We'll see you for the Mustangs and the Red Raiders coming up on Wednesday at Laurel Highlands High School at 4 o'clock. For Tony Hanula, Carl Childs, Nick Barczyk, back inside our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios, this is Brian Morozek saying have yourselves a pleasant good evening from Hopwood. Laurel Highlands wins it 11-1. So long, everybody.